live! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Disney Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmidt, and with me, a name that we're still starting. I think we've gotten like 2 or 3 like really good names that we're getting. But as of right now, these Hunter Venatores, you guys are here. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone!
Let's pick a name right now. There's 5.
We could let
Venatores. Venatores.
I would suggest the Lost Ones, but okay.
Actually, yeah, that also works.
The Lost Ones is pretty. I mean, it fits really
that
well
fits,
for you guys.
I mean,
kind of a
your backstory, your backstory,
backstory.
He's like physically lost.
Like Mike's actually the very lost.
I'm mentally lost.
Mike really wants to go home.
I want to go home.
I like that. I mean, if you guys like that,
I actually like that.
I don't think Sam would have any objection.
We did the hardest thing.
Plan thoughts are the best.
The hardest thing in all group projects, and we just did it.
The group project's done. That's the stream. We'll see you all. I really wanted to end the stream just to and then restart again. So now we have our next session. But yes, last we saw the Lost Ones. You guys found a dope as hell ship, honestly. Finding the ship, now officially named the Launchpad to the Meridian. Finding rooms, magic items, library, and a plethora of knowledge, not only in terms of the arcane arts for some, but also of just like different stuff about either homes or persons or magic. But unfortunately, crazy stuff happening because it seems the ship seems to be a, shall we call, a holy space for a minor goddess who now has grown accustomed to you guys, isn't too mad, shall we say.
Let's hope so.
As long as you guys don't enter the room.
To get rid of a couple of us, just all you need to do cast the hollow spell, and that's it.
I was going to say. But as finding the ship, and some incredible work with the patronage. Again, one of the craziest rolls for a 66 percentile, and then another D6. I mean, I don't know the odds. It's, just crazy. Figuring out that the person you guys are looking for, or rather, who this person could also be looking for, is in Germany. A mage by the name of Hans, is the information you were given, exists in Germany. So, you guys have a heading. Phoebus was able to start up the ship, again, getting that little, figuring out how this works, again, at the helm, and, giving the magic commands. And you guys are starting underway. And so, this is where we get into this is a bit of a fun time skip, so a lot can happen. There's already one thing, because again, in texting with people throughout the week of stuff happened, you guys have about 3.5 days to just head on over. So you'll get those long rests in between. I mean, the ship is really nice and protected, as it can cast invisibility and pass without a trace, separate of each other too, depending on what you're trying to do. So, what kind of stuff are we up to, Gay? Is there stuff you'd rather do on the ship?
One thing that's just open to anyone if willing. I want to work on my martial abilities. If anybody is willing to,
I'd spar with you.
Got it. Do you have a weapon?
Combat.
That sounds like a challenge.
I would love to learn how pirates fight. That sounds pretty interesting.
There's a full ring that you could. I mean, it's got practice weapons, real weapons, padded, definitely. Did you still want to do the sending thing?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'm spending time in Tiger Lily's room, kind of just not necessarily cleaning up, but making sure everything's nice and neat, and
gotcha.
Obviously I could tell she had a kind of a messy setup, but you know what?
I'll say, it's every so often when you go in, things seem to be more and more in place, but every so often you're I could have sworn I put that book in a shelf, and now it's back out.
I put that back last time. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of going through journals and just trying to decipher what she's saying anymore. Trying to study as much as I can about what she learned as her time with the Imagineers and all that stuff.
Sweet. That's some... like, no, it's 66 again. Oh no.
Just Tiger Lily shows up.
But
She's
no,
like, how dare you?
on the percentile, no, I will say though, Esmeralda, you are able to spend a good amount of time over these days in just starting to learn more about Tiger Lily, about these previous adventures, and how in the past, the Imagineers started off very much like you guys. Some of the stuff you're finding is how they were summoned by the King Mufasa at the time, almost 6 years ago. They were asked to help because Mufasa had visited the Oracle and received visions of, dark and peril, and that they were asked to help out. And so it's a lot of that, like, early stuff. And you're getting this from, I'd even say, Mike, in your room, there are these paintings by what you're learning of one Rapunzel by name, of, like, how they went about their adventures, finding this ship, so on and so forth.
Does it basically, like, lead to kind of what they're up to now? Or at least close?
It actually seems to cut. So what you see is there is a painting, shall we say, and like in some of these records of the Imagineers had just, like, found Arthur. In some of this, like, lore of, like, yeah, King Arthur had joined them because they were going off to defeat this dark horned queen. It gets a little fuzzy on names, and you actually see it ends with them, like, seeing off. You see a group, shall we say, or like people that, like, teleported away, or like they went off on some quest, and that's where the record ends. And so there is then that time skip of, so what happened in the past 2 years, 3 months of, like, so when some of them left for something, and now we're on the ship.
Yeah.
It's a lot missing. Here's what we'll do. Go ahead and make me check for that. I'll say stealth. But Mike, we're gonna roleplay out some of what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Would you want to do this, like, in the morning, evening, or is there, like, a time you would try?
I feel like I would probably try once, like, during the day, but then once, like, during the nighttime, whenever, the monsters would all be kind of up and about.
Sweet. Here's what we'll do. We'll start then first, like, in a day, like on this first day, just like maybe during the day. So there's only a 5% chance of this failing, honestly. So without, like, a nat 1, it should be okay. Sending actually is better than some would think when trying to go across planes. So you're good. You can send 25 words to a creature you're familiar with. And how I usually rule familiar is, like, if you know their face, their name, and, like, a fact about them, that's familiar. Like Marlin, he's a fish. I know what he looks like, and Marlin's looking for his son, right? Like, that counts. Yeah, I'm not too, like, sticky about, like, are you familiar? Like, have you been to their brother's wedding? Like, yeah. So what would you say as we meet Mike in his room?
I would say that he kind of has been like, okay, I got 25 words. What all can I say? Stuck in the human world. I'm okay. Looking for a way home and a better energy source. Have cool friends.
Cool friends.
I think you're still good.
5 left.
Yeah.
And could, after, like, looking at those murals and kind of, I feel like I also would have talked to Esmeralda to kind of figure out, like, their story as well.
You've been staring at it and you're like,
I've been staring at it, figuring out the story, and I kind of want to, like, convene with her to get her, like, what she knows about the story.
Yeah, and if I feel like it's okay to share, I would definitely share.
I'd actually say this may have been the way you figured out this kind of sending spell, because Tiger Lily was one that figured out how this worked too. So it's using these notes of, wow, you can send messages interplanarly. Like, okay, let's try this. I can message home.
How did we figure out it could go interplanar?
She probably had another notebook, I would say. Maybe.
I actually will tell you, there is a notebook with a list of spells and, like, next to them of, like, could try. Like, there's stuff like create water, in lungs? Question mark.
I have actually.
Oh
heard
my
that.
God.
Sending.
Yes.
Can sending work with gods? Question mark. And so a lot of this was like in theorem of like how could I use my spells differently. But one like with sending is that like because if sending in theory if you could send it far enough in a plane it could go to another plane, and so maybe that's where it comes from, is that like there's a lot of notes on these and not all may be founded in reality, but just like
Does it have the actual spell components that is needed and how to cast it in the book?
Yes, for all intents and purposes of like it's enough to be like, okay, I could reasonably figure out like
if that's the case, I would like to do something after you're done with him.
yeah.
You still got 5 words if you want to use them.
Yeah. So how far into the owners of the boat story do we know, based off of the painting information and Tiger Lilies?
It's about what you're assuming is maybe a 3 to 4-ish year span. From like a lot of these people, also like where they were before kind of vibe of like how they arrived. So it's a good chunk of time of like, oh, this was their ship. Like this is how they had this up until we don't know. Yeah.
Probably just along the lines of my have new friends are cool. Like have cool friends. New mentor. Really long hair.
Really long hair.
And that caps it.
You are able to send this off, and would you like to send? Who would you like to send this to?
I'd probably send it to, because I feel like Sully would be less offended if I sent it to Celia first.
Gotcha.
And I feel like Celia might be a little peeved if I sent it to Sully first and not her.
Yeah.
So I have 2 sending spells, so I would try and send it twice, like 1 each.
Yeah. So what we could do, you can start. So I appreciate that logic. I like it. Or what am I doing? I already rolled. You send off the spell, and here's what you would get in reply. Oh, okay. That's where you went.
That's only 4 words.
Oh no!
You have to use all the words.
Is that where you went?
Excuse me. That's not the right music cue. So that's where you went. We've been worried sick. Sully has been taking PTO
Paid time off.
for a week.
Dang. They pay that long?
It's Sully.
We will try our best. Yeah, because there's a lot.
Because if it got sent to him too, I feel like...
I'm starting with Celia first to be
Yeah.
like that. And
you
then
get to it this thing, you're like,
and so then what you get is for your last like 4 words, Waternoose on sabbatical now, like in a question mark. Here's what you get from Sully. Where in the mortal world I'm coming to find you.
oh. Big fluffy monster.
Waternoose has been on sabbatical. Randall is now in charge. I miss you, buddy. Sully.
So like, the sending is there and back, and then I would have to do it again.
You'd have to
the
do it
next-
again.
Okay.
That's like, and so this is your like what they can just send back.
Right.
Yes.
So, I'm assuming you've told all of us about this sending thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to Mike. What did you find out?
Well, turns out the boss man disappeared,
Oh.
which is strange because I did have a dream about him being impaled.
Oh.
And
Do you think that's
super-
significant?
Well, he was super dead, and then
Was it in the back?
I had a dream where my boss died, and now my boss is missing.
it was
Ooh.
all the way, like top to bottom,
Was he
Oh.
impaled from the back? That's the question.
from the bottom,
From the bottom. Okay.
from the bottom to the top.
What a terrible way to go.
I don't.
I just,
It
Stabbed
was,
in the
it was
back.
like a big spear, and then there was like all of the other people were kind of in chains, and then there was like creepy stuff going on in the background.
That sounds not good.
Yeah,
You're
so
going to need to
You're
find a
going to-
Overseer to get some more help with this.
So,
I can only help so much as I
that's
can.
probably
Well,
not
maybe
good.
this
seeing
Hans
as how
person can also interpret your dream.
The
Randall's
what?
in charge.
The who?
This Hans person.
He obviously seems
Oh.
to be a man more of the physical than of the mental, as we know he can
I don't
replicate
think
to
this
human
Hans
form.
guy is
Material.
supposed to be a friend of ours.
Oh, we can make him talk.
Material me.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's we could.
and my friend wants to come and find me, which
Your friend.
Whoa.
Blue guy with the
yeah,
pink spots.
Yikes.
big guy.
Would we know how tall?
Would
he
I
is?
know?
not at all. Like all you know is like I would say maybe for a lot of you it's like so he's like a goblin-y cyclops but furry and blue. Like
Question mark?
you haven't really given any like oh yeah he's this giant person. Just more that like some other
We
like
talked a
that.
little bit
I
last
do have a
session
question.
too.
How much have you told Esmeralda where you're from and like what you guys do? Because I don't think she's heard any of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's kind of sitting here really confused, like, what?
Is your friend a fiend like you?
What?
He's like a big fluffy kind of.
Oh,
What
a
do you
big
do
one.
for a
Hey,
living?
that's
Oh,
Wait a minute.
I don't want to be here for this a second time.
Because you guys weren't there when you first
we
told a
weren't.
lot of.
I just realized, would Barbosa have a monster in the old ship deck from his youth?
Oh.
Mike, can you make me a history check as well?
Famously, none.
Wait, yeah, I have another question.
You scared them.
There are monsters
Exactly,
that get
which is
banned.
why I want to
waited
know.
for them to
Just
open
like,
the glass, and you're
I'd be
"Ah!"
terrified once I tell the captain and he'd be like, "Well, scare it back." That's how
Do
you do
think
it.
I can make
You just had a gun, a
a
loaded
history
gun,
check
sitting
to
in a
see
chair as they open
if
the
anything
closet.
he's
A little
described
kid
has been banished? I would
Can
know
I
of in
help
the
you,
seat.
bitch?
That's
You're in
what
my
I do.
turn.
Yeah, let's first see Mike, because this is a fun history check. It's one of those like, yeah, now starting to get to know the party. Like,
Who
did
had
you guys
those
have monsters,
I
or did we like?
Where did Esmeralda get brought? She grew up in like the underground.
Yeah,
Do you have a closet?
Nah, more so be the monster coming out the front door saying,
I mean, when you live so openly as a Genasi gypsy, it's rough to like have what you could call a normal closet, because like yeah, you keep your
Like
clothes
a
with you and.
trunk.
Yeah, so it's like it's weird in that sense.
The doors have to be placed horizontally for that to work.
It's like, why is this door so weird? Don't worry about it.
What we call a sideways door or a drawer.
This is also where we get access to the under the bed sections for our stealth division.
16.
16. Barbosa, I will say this: you really don't have any memories of like monsters on ships. Mainly because, kind of like I would say with Esmeralda, when there's no doors or it's a lot of like hammocks, where do you open and close? Because that is part of the magic. It's part of that like dimensional spell work magic
Yeah.
tech.
It's
To
the doors and that, and they normally aim for like if they were to open a door and be like, oh, there's a horde of pirates.
Oh
They'd probably shut the door and then immediately shred it.
shred that one. We're not gonna.
It's
We're
like
not
that
gonna
is
mess
full
with
of
it.
adults.
Do
And
I know anything of this? Have I ever at some point at all?
You just hear, yeah, it's a classic. Monsters scare kids when they're little under their beds, but it's that like, yeah, because kids get freaked out by life.
Yeah,
But
so
in
I
terms
tried.
though of like, I'll say in doubling because with Marlin, trying to think of like
Like
banished
the Kraken
monsters.
got banished, maybe.
Oh, the Kraken. I would have
here's-
knowledge of that.
what you know. So Mike, you don't know of a ton.
George Kraken.
Hey, George. Hey.
Oh, you
He
know,
works for Davy
George. He
Jones.
used to work in HR. No. In terms of banishment, monsters can get banished anywhere. This is like free knowledge. Because, again, it's something, especially when you work at MU or MI, you gotta know, like, how not to screw up. The last banishment, because banishment is, like, a very archaic magic that Waternoose really has tried to pull away from. Because when it comes to banishment, it's so permanent, it's very messy. One of the last persons to be banished was the Abominable Snowman down to the 5th plane of hell, down to the wasteland Icelands, right? Like, it's that, like, no
The
one
Himalayas.
He did
Loch
a
Ness
lot
Monster?
of mail stealing.
A lot of it. A mail from... That was just the last thing because it's that, like... And now we're going to use this as, like, that kind of court case to stop. Like, hey, if we're banishing people for mail, like, shouldn't we figure out better
Mail?
law system? Like,
It's
He
been a long time
tampered
since
with
I've
it,
seen the movie.
yes.
Yeah, he worked in the mailroom and basically, like, would open people's mail. Like,
Oh, that's a federal crime.
yeah, that's
Well,
a federal
wasn't
crime
that
in real life,
because-
but
It's a
yeah,
monstrous
that's-
crime as
That's
well.
what he did.
Oh.
So
Wait, I thought he got banished because he saw the letters that were sent to Waternoose about the sphere extractor plans.
That...
How do you know that about that?
I watched Monsters at Work.
I
Before it
did
came
In
not-
our current world, as far as you know, Mike, it was just the Abominable Snowman was known for just picking up mail, opening, and just reading. It's kind of wild. But because of that, it would be a different history check on its own if, like, other famous monsters, what we think of as famous monsters in Desania, if those were also banished monsters. So you can
Yeah.
make the check if you want, but it would be hard because it's like, it's been so long because, again, that was the last official banishment, and that was still, like, gosh, mortal
Yeah.
time 100 years ago? Like,
Yeah.
it's...
But unless it was like like Ted Bundy kind of.
Oh, yeah, right?
Like the Zodiac Killer esque versions of just like
We
super
got
bad
Hannibal
people.
Lecter and we banished him to fill in the blank plane. Yeah. Go for it, yeah.
Could I give him the help action on this?
Yes, I would say, because it's like you're
Yeah.
trying to give him, like, you naming off
that
names
is
of, like,
15. So
15. It's, yeah, like, Kraken maybe. Like, but
my head.
could it be so long ago? It's
Yeah.
a lot to go through.
Yeah, so I try to explain to Esmeralda in a lot a more friendly way.
That's a good word.
Basically, just like, oh yeah, you know, like the monster on the bed, monster in the closet, scares the kid.
Yeah, I had a rule when he used to burn down villages.
Oh. Yeah, he probably got fired for that.
The same energy
no,
of full
no,
critical
he-
role. What's the
well,
most dangerous monster you've ever faced?
supposedly-
We're gonna go kill him. Oh.
He's not. He's like he was a real person.
Oh.
You know the weird ghost thing that showed up?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
the
him.
creepy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He makes me uncomfortable, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Successful.
Hey.
All right.
No,
Yay.
Hootie.
yeah. So I basically explain it to Esmeralda in a less
She
horrifying
kind of
way.
like
Tone it
nods along
down.
with it. She's seen a lot of really messed up things. This doesn't really bother her at all.
Cool.
There's a lot of hard stuff in the world, and like, all right, I
Yeah,
guess people
like,
do that.
honestly, this is probably the least of my problems to worry about or anything.
Yes.
Like, if it's your job, it's your job.
Yeah.
well- I mean, now that we're all like in a circle sharing our past,
Oh, I'd like to
I
join
think-
that after your time.
I think it's
I
only
didn't want
fair
this to
that
become
we
a
know
therapy
something
session.
about you.
Oh, you were talking about me.
I know bits and pieces, but I think it's only fair that we
Well, I know that
learn. If we want to be
you-
bonding as a team,
Lost your son.
I did.
You are just lost
Yes.
in general.
I am working on that,
Working.
and I have sort of started solution
work.
You've lost something. I don't know what.
Honey, anything that I've lost, I can find pretty easily in rich people's houses.
Have you been able to find?
I've
your
heard
mental
that
state?
sentence
Because
before,
it's pretty
boy.
dire.
What do you mean, my mental state?
I've heard that sentence before as well.
You see Jack in the corner, who's like slowly just like fading from reality. Just mental state's an illusion.
So
You ought to know all about that when we
Exactly.
made governor of your own little island. It was a quite nice island.
If I had a pistol, I'd shoot you.
But you don't.
Jack's not doing great, as you guys have yet to like. It's like, hey, we've got provisions. We don't need to stop. But there's no rum or any form of alcohol on board the ship, and Jack's just having
Can
a
I
rough.
I
and see
slide
if I
my
can find
drugs further into my
something for,
eye hole.
like, food for him that'll
Munchies.
The munchies.
something that'll make him less
It's,
annoying.
he's not even really a problem. Like, he just kind of sits around.
Okay. Well, he could at least be a little bit more useful.
Jack, buddy, if I do you have any way to get a hold of you? Do people have any ways to get a hold of you? If
With
someone
the
wanted
hands.
What?
to? Huh?
People want to get a hold of me, they use the hands, really.
What are the hands?
You know,
The lefty and the righty.
I walked into that one, didn't I?
yeah.
Kinda
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There
I
we
couldn't
go.
resist.
You want to know about your past? Actually, I was actually going to find any books on pirate legends and update it with my past. So I'm like, well, let's do this all at the same time. And knowledge I have that might not be
Guys
there.
just all grab
I
a
was-
history book like so.
I was gonna
That's
try and
wrong.
get like a favor from Jack, but it's clearly not gonna work.
He,
Yeah, it's hard to get a favor from
he
that
has
man
been
when you do.
sober for 72 hours and hating it. So that's life.
Is he really
Welcome to
sober?
my life when we have the curse.
So I kind of just have rations in my bag. Would any of that happen to be alcohol?
Actually, can I ask
I'll-
the same
I'll do a
thing?
luck check. Yeah, it's like the
It's like
Yeah,
white
for
claw.
cooking or lighting fire kind of proofing alcohol.
It's
but-
like
Rubbing
white
alcohol
claw.
into
your
Yeah.
I kind of just like
No one gets
Nah,
that.
Sell it to
Don't-
Jack. Sell it.
Don't drink that. Please don't drink that. Don't drink
Sell it
that.
to him.
I hand it to him and I'm like, I
Something
got it.
is wrong with that
with-
man.
I only knew that the day I met him, back at pirate at Shipwreck Cove.
Nick goes to you and says, "Don't get between a man and his food."
That's not bad, little green cyclops.
It's rubbing alcohol.
He'll take what he can get. It's
You
desperate
use
time.
that in a first aid kit.
Takes the
kinda
edge
just-
off.
Honestly, I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, he just drinks it. I mean, it's not great for a person, but I mean, this dude has
How
had
are your
much
kidneys
worse.
still alive?
So yeah.
I'm
we
telling
have-
you, you con people out of their
Let's
hard
fight.
magic, and then you're fine.
I thought we already
Perfect.
did.
I get up.
We want to know more about his past.
Oh,
Okay.
He's a skeleton man. What more is there to know?
Well, it's how I became a skeleton. That's the real
Am I
question.
being a traitor's bitch?
I'll get to that part of the story when the time comes to it.
Jack goes back to his drink.
Jack and I first met at Shipwreck Cove when we were both young boys. We both served under different ships. At that time, I didn't know he was in line to become a pirate lord.
The frick?
I didn't know you were in line to stab me in the back.
Like I said, we'll get to that point. But, so I served on my own ship, he served on his. Sadly, that ship that I served went up in a blaze of glory. The captain spoke to me and gave me his last words that I should fulfill his legacy. He gave me an old wooden gaming dice. What?
Oh.
That it's one of the 9 pieces of 8, a legendary artifact used to bind Calypso.
Oh.
Well, we were going to make them.
Holy shit!
Never mind.
Yeah, I
It's an
see
infinity stone.
That's an
Oh,
important
yeah.
detail.
It's you
That's
see,
the
we
nice
were
shit
originally
about
going to
using
use
Infinity Stone, you
Yeah.
idiot.
we were
It's-
originally going to use 9 gold pieces, but we were just 2 coins short at the first meeting at the first Brethren Court, so they just used whatever they had in their pockets at the time. Jack, you still have that bean medallion? Does he have that in his hair?
This man has a
Make
very
me
obvious
investigation check.
track
Please,
record, I
this-
think.
That's the
Uh-oh.
one thing keeping his title if somebody else has taken it.
Yeah, go for it.
7!
Don't see it. I mean,
I'm like,
Could
Because
I
you're
look
a
for it?
matted mess.
yeah,
so-
you could. I'll say on a 7-2, Barbosa, for the first time in really looking at Jack, Jack doesn't have any equipment.
no beads, no tangles, no that one.
He doesn't even have his compass.
What?
I don't need to make my roll.
You gave away
Yeah,
your gigawatts.
See, this is the kind of person that we would not hire
Exactly.
in my business.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but you what?
it's more like he got stolen
By
by
who?
the James, cute person.
James. What's
First James took it, and then James took it, and
Which
then
James?
I took it from James.
What's the current James that is in possession of it?
James?
Last name?
The H1.
H1.
No,
Hook?
Hulk.
Hawkins. Would I know the name Hawkins?
Why does he have your compass, and why is the compass important?
Because he was the next person to stab me in the back when he promised me he would help me find the pearl, and took my stuff and left me on this.
So wait,
world.
he is in possession of your compass and your piece of it?
Wait,
Possibly?
could I roll insight? He said on this world.
Go for it. Of this world?
That's the
Y'all
name
are
of the
acting
guy
like y'all
who
ain't
wrote
pirates.
Well, yes, but we try to have a little bit of honor when we deal with other pirates, at least.
Is James Hawkins? That was the name of the tech book for the survey.
Oh, yes.
I got a 10.
10.
That's
I wanted to be Jim so bad.
Is he talking about other planes of existence? Or what's he talking about?
You're so he's the one who made those surfboards. So this masterful mechanic is now in possession of your piece of it. You still hold the title, yet you don't hold authority in the boat because of it.
Don't completely know if he has it, or if I lost it.
Where would you have lost it?
He took my compass, though. Very mad about that, actually.
So if we get the compass, we can find it.
Exactly!
That is a whole other issue that we need to deal with later.
Yes, I'm feeling so
As
much
well
better,
as my
small
piece
little
of it.
Cyclops man. I'm going to take a piss. And you see he walks up to the top of the deck.
Well,
You could always use the little guys if it's on the boat.
What?
we'll do that after I finish therapy time. And yes, he does say therapy time like that. So
I didn't want
after
to do this
that,
today.
I gave in possessions, and only two other surviving members of the crew, young lads around my age, one by the name of Ragetti and Pintel, good men. One with a mind for numbers, he could count, and the other fiercely loyal. Sadly,
Give me a history check, Nick.
oh.
Everyone have ridiculous names.
Like a 17 or something. I think it's probably alright.
17.
History. Oh yeah, 17.
You think you've heard of those names before?
I don't.
You think you've heard of those names.
Oh, okay. Like,
These-
would you happen to know where they are now?
Well, that's actually what I'm trying to figure out now. Because in a later battle, when we were serving together, Ragetti lost his eye. And looking at the dice my former captain gave me, I knew I should make use of it and help an old friend. So I whittled it down to an eyeball, and popped it in there.
How big was his dice?
I'm thinking like a D20.
You know, fun fact, eyeballs aren't as big as you think they'd be.
They're pretty small.
Yeah.
So like it'd be like a D20 that we just
Yeah, if you got like a
that
bigger
enough.
wooden dice, especially on a pirate ship where you want to see it, you want to hope it doesn't roll around too often.
Have I sold to these people before?
No, what you think is they sound kind of like some of the names you've heard of working some hustles down along the western coast sometimes. It's a rough gig, especially in the dark forest. I mean, that's like the worst of the worst gathered there, but yeah, I mean, if you run a gig or two down there, and so on a 17th, it's that like it sounds familiar enough.
Right, to be like, I could say it out loud. And not
Yeah,
sound
you feel
crazy.
confident, like, because we've all been there. It's like, oh shoot, I think I know who they're talking about, but
Yeah. I do have a
And you say
question.
they have the same curse as you.
No. You see, well, I'm almost there. So Jack met with us at Tortuga, saying that he had found the location of the lost island Isla de Muerta with gold and 1,000 treasures. When we got there, actually, I want to ask you something that I
yes, go
mentioned
for
to
it.
you. The pirate myth of the Lady Calypso is that she was lost on an island only other immortals can find. If Jack was raised by Davy Jones, he wouldn't have been able to speak up by normal means. Would we have found Calypso on this island through that means?
Say it one more time. Wait.
The pirate legend of
yeah.
the Lady Calypso,
Mhm.
bound in human form, is that she was banished to an island that can only be found by other immortals, which the First Brethren Court most likely did. I'm just asking if this is all accurate. So, when we got to the island, would we have found her there, picked her up, saved her, and on our way?
Yes, that's basically what happened.
Wait,
Yeah.
Jack was raised by Davy Jones?
From the dead, yes.
But also, it's more a ship thing.
Yeah,
He was
and
going down with the ship, saved it, and so
made a deal with it.
therefore...
It was a slave trading ship. That's when he found out that was the case. He liberated the army. The British army sunk it. But he made a deal with Jones, raise it. I don't know how many years, but then he'd sail around. He got a crew. He made me his first mate.
And why, Hector, you see, Sparrow's come back down now. Are you talking about my life?
Yes, and how I served as your first mate aboard the Pearl on our way to Isla de Muerta. And that's
And then the betrayal happened after.
that a piracy is a democracy. That's the crew may hold an election if they so choose, but not in the time of battle. As we were still sailing, I convened with the crew, and we agreed that you should go.
You stabbed me in the back.
And got the location. But I was not the only
And
one.
stabbed me in the back.
I was not the only one.
Stab me in the back. This goes on for 10
Shoot
minutes.
the
I'm just
messenger,
going,
will ya?
Did he literally stab you?
Yes. He tried to, at least. I didn't let him. But very much a stabbing.
Emotions got in the way. So
Pirates are very emotional people, says the
you
Cyclops.
should know that. So we got to Isla de Muerta. We found a lady there. My patron. We saved her. We took the gold. We dropped her off in the bayou, and then its effects started turning.
If either of our patrons
What
ever
did
met
you
each
get on
other,
that roll earlier?
that would not
we
be
can do
good.
it later, but it was
Either
a
it'd be
22.
it wouldn't be good news or it'd be good
Cool.
news. One of the two.
And it was just get there.
Either they get over the hallways or they wouldn't, and I don't see. And I only see whether there's anybody.
If Calypso happened to know that I was serving under Davy Jones and we were working together,
That just speaks of.
don't you already know that? I already told you.
Is the name?
He
What was
works.
that?
What was the name?
He works for the captain of the damned.
Right. Little fishy friend.
Yes.
The thought has occurred to me that may not have occurred to me before due to my idle mind.
The eye roll.
You're not here for business, are you?
No. I'm.
Oh, good! Then we can be friends, fish.
Of course.
You see, he is going to pick up your ball. He wants to, just take you on a walking tour.
Oh no, we're still.
You get the feeling he's getting way buzzed from whatever
we're near the
alcohol
end.
he had.
Okay then.
So-
Right, now this is where I
Hold
must
on, we're
find
not
myself
done with
one-
therapy.
We're done with you, Hector. Come along, new
Fine.
friend.
One last thing I want to say. After we saved her and our cursed food turned to ash, flesh rotting from our bones, freed the curse. My crewmates are free, so Pinter and Rigetti don't have a curse. But my monkey carried my body with a couple of coins to Calypso, and so, as retribution for me saving her, she saved me.
Oh, you see the monkey. This,
Thank you, Jack.
weird, half skeletal monkey.
I still don't.
One day we'll go back and free you too. Don't worry, boy. We'll get you a nice meal.
It's way too happy to be dead.
Well,
I gotta go.
Yeah, I
I'm
got
just
it.
with Jack, right?
Jack's gonna
Yeah,
do
I'm gonna ask
Beat
him a
us
question.
aside.
Yeah, go
things
for it.
I do not do.
So,
I still feel the curse. When I
hey, Jack,
Yes, little fish.
still there.
our dear friend Captain Barbosa.
Yes.
Just like a shot from the
Barbosa,
back.
not
No,
Captain.
Jack's left completely. He doesn't want to be around
Ah.
you.
He said that Davy Jones raised you from the dead.
That may or may not be the truth.
How did you manage to score that deal?
Little fishy friend. Don't work with Davy Jones. The name alone is something I don't like. For the rest of the time, I shall call him Tentacle.
Okay, it's a little insane.
Tentacle is a very interesting person. We all want things, fish friend. But how badly do you want them, Marlin? You hear more than just Jack's voice behind it. Not out loud, but in an ethereal, how your patron. You heard Jones say that as well.
I just have one more question.
Yeah, shoot for it.
How are you able to cheat death over and over again?
Ah, trade secret. I can't tell you. If everyone knew how to cheat death well, there would be a lot more bad people in the world, and the good people would be very much out of luck.
But maybe one doesn't follow the direct road between bad and good. Maybe someone is just trying to find their son, and maybe they're just wanting to...
You see, he holds you completely up. That, my fishy friend, is the essence of a pirate. Now, come with me, I shall show you my favorite spot, the kitchen. And you see, he kind of keeps veering the conversation away for the rest of the evening. Just in that,
could I make an Arcana check between him saying something and then David Jones speaking through him?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that curse.
You could say Jack is a little lucky.
It feels withering away every time I activate the form. It's just...
I've pulled
More,
Phoebus away from this entire weird circle
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point.
We're good.
I'm still
I got
holding
18.
the book, though.
18. It's as if Jack had said something Jones says so often. And so Jones was able to just repeat such a mantra word for word.
So...
You wonder, it's something maybe not like you're being watched or like how did he speak through Jack? It's as if he spoke with Jack. That precognitive, I know what they're going to say
Which
and
was
I
the
will
line?
say it. The line was, how bad do you want it?
Marlin.
Marlin.
But Jack said Marlin.
Jack did say Marlin.
Wow. Well, we're on name basis.
Jack, no, yeah. Oh, all right. Jack Sparrow knows my name.
I'm afraid.
In that evening,
I was gonna say, enough talk, let's fight!
Hey,
Shababoo!
let's go.
What happens with...
yeah, full
His
control.
awesomeness was blinding.
Oh,
my eyes!
What you have to learn as a pirate, you don't always play by the rules.
Wait!
So
Wait,
wait,
what
And that ends the
let's
conversation.
do a dice roll, see who wins this part.
Any modifiers?
I will say go for initiative, just base, because he who can act first usually can win.
Lucky.
In like a quick spar.
What?
What do you get?
9.
Ha!
Like point.
Same here. Well, what's yours? Total.
My total is 9.
Yes, but modifier. My initiative is 13.
I get +3 to initiative. I rolled.
12.
So, wait, no, my total is 7, excuse me.
Oh.
So Barbosa, you are able again
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Doesn't
using
play
like
by
a
the
new
rules.
deck and full gun. It doesn't shoot you, but leaves a
Those are
hole in
play
the
by
ship.
Stay on your
that.
keys. Will do. You got to be careful when you aim a thing too.
that evening.
I don't feel like I learned a lot.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what my patron wants of me.
The crew, as you all find your places and sleep. Mike, you are up late, so you may give me a brief perception check.
Are you
as
doing another sending?
You can't.
as we're working on something there.
Oh, stick.
Yes. I wanted to try the thing, but then I also wanted to try and get back in touch with the other two and finish for Sully, this is where we're going, and then for Celia, oops, got stuck trying to get back.
I love it.
I love you, I'm sorry.
Oops, all berries.
Yeah, but I
Missed
was
out.
kind of working out the stuff for that. But then the other thing that I asked you about.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I feel like in the bounds of magic, it would work. Maybe not on large scale.
Yeah, if I found a little drawing pad in the.
It's kind of like, the idea of a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a picture worth at least 25 words. Like,
But
but
his
like
picture gets covered
in
up.
that sense of like, instead of a word, but a small portrait or a thing to send, I think works well. Here's what I will say. As you're working late at night, you're getting ready to send those. You hear, not at your door, but close by. Gonna make a roll. Is there anything else you do?
I wait for a reply. After 20 seconds, I knock again. And then another 10 seconds, and then go in.
How do you knock?
Just...
Oh, you get a response back in a...
I chuckle a little, and I whisper, "Is that an invitation? I don't want to nearly die like last time."
You whisper this, nothing really.
Nothing? Okay.
No words.
I'll just walk in.
You touch the doorknob and take 4 points of radiant damage. As you
What do you
hear,
think I'm trying to do?
you hear a voice. Hey,
Huh.
we had a deal.
What?
Nothing else.
Logan doesn't remember a deal, so he's gonna go in.
You touch the doorknob again, second time.
Wonder how much
You
it
take
could be.
6 points of radiant
Am I not
damage.
able to do anything to open the door?
Every time you touch the doorknob, you're taking radiant damage.
Okay.
Holy heat
Well,
metal.
That's the end of that. I go outside, I tie a rope, and I try to go in through the window.
So, fun fact, there is no physical window. It is a astral window that is just made more like, it's almost like a painting inside, but using magic. So there is no window into this room. It's one of the few without windows. That's why it was made.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, crap. That's the end of my night, boys.
Like, going down the side. Wait, there's no windows here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the doorknob's still hot.
All
Please
right.
tell me I know about this. I love
No,
it.
you and Phoebus have the main cabin room. It's just doing this kind of personally. You made really good rolls. Mike, you just kind of hear that because, again, staying up late doing spell. But again, it's that, like, well, it wasn't my room, so I'm just going to... Not my problem.
All right.
I am going
I go
to
to sleep in my hammock.
pull Phoebus aside
Yeah.
before we go to sleep. I still have the book, the spells. And show it to DM. Because I know
Yes.
Sam. And I know what he's doing. I'm smart.
Yes.
Does Esmeralda know what he's doing? Can she decipher what he's doing?
Phoebus, all of you see, Phoebus has been a little, not quite in a bad way. He's been poring over some books. One in particular, an old book with a kind of fancy binding. But Phoebus, you see Esmeralda just in that, he looks up from his book, closes it, kind of puts it away.
Can I tell what kind of book it is?
You can give me a quick perception check if you'd like.
Oh, that's bad.
Worse.
That is an 8.
On an 8, it looks to be like any of the books. Really, unlike in our world where, like, you know, oh, they write the name of the book on the spine or they, like, engrave
They
it.
don't do that.
This seems like just any other book. It could just be, like, a history book. But, like, you maybe assume, like, okay, he's going to be, like, probably looking up stuff about, like,
Yeah.
you know, our journey. Because you see Phoebus just, it's nothing. Doing a bit of light
I will
reading.
ask him about the book and like what he's been doing and why he's been so quiet. I do have the book that I have on my lap. I personally would also like to try to learn from it, learn some more spells if I can.
Cool.
But player DM, you know what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
You can start looking at this. Some of these fun, ancient, what we know as Latin, but in a very celestial language for some of these spells. Cool stuff, honestly. There's one that's been like written and rewritten. Looks very complicated though. You know, on a scale of 1 to 9, like a 4 of complication, really.
yeah.
But it's something where a lot of these spells look intriguing, and that through time and study could be learned. Magic is something, again, like I'll say kind of like what Phoebus got last time, and you guys know very well, Mike, being a magical creature, magic is inherent in all things in this world. It can be drawn out just in the right medium, whether it's through a patronage to help unlock it, through study and discipline,
curses.
through finding that natural magic of oneself and the mediums expressed. Yeah, it's worth it.
Looks at Nick. Yeah.
Or curses.
Oh, there's one more thing I was
Wait,
wanting
were
to
you
do.
a
I was
person?
gonna want to try to
How many people
fix
here
the
are
board
cursed?
one more time.
Go for it. Give me a raw intelligence check.
Lucky.
What board did you break?
The
17.
17. It's looking decent. It's slow going,
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
when you like pick it up and shake it, bits aren't falling out.
Okay.
It's a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
This is fantastic.
probably all the pieces are in place, but now it's like, is it the right pieces or did I not put a piece somewhere? So it's a good progress.
Yeah, I'm getting Mike
so
another time.
I will say, so Mike, again, in sending off these messages, getting these just like, okay, thank you for like keeping us informed.
Yeah.
Um,
So basically, for her, it's basically I got stuck. I really didn't mean to. Have been trying to get back to you since. Smoopsy poo. Miss you a lot.
Aw,
Aw,
Snoopsy Poo.
Snoopsy
And then
Poo.
Is
Sully-
that one word?
And then Sully
You have a fan.
had a weird vision.
You don't have a wish.
Water Noose was impaled / dead. Everyone else ended up in chains. Enslaved. Randall is bad news. And I think I still have a few more words for that one.
I have a.
Yeah, you do actually.
I don't have any. Oh, you're. Oh,
Germany.
So you would.
From
So there's two low.
Celia, basically you get from her is a thank you. I'm so angry but happy you're okay. Contacting authorities, seeing what we can do. Stay safe. Don't touch kids. Which to anyone else, of course, is that like oh, but for you, it's that oh yeah, because in this world,
Don't get poisoned.
don't get poisoned.
Don't die.
Hey, that's a lesson everyone should learn. But no, it
This
is
is the direct
from
line.
Celia. It's a very general, just because she's worried, you can tell. You sent to Soli, an interesting that you get this back. Just odd. Dreams are powerful? Question mark. I don't know if that means anything. Germany, got it. I'll try my best. With that, we are going to finish like our cut of.
Oh, there was
this.
something else I wanted to do tonight.
Yes.
So, on the last
Sorry,
level
go
up,
back.
I forgot that I get Pact of the Pact boon. So
Yeah.
I chose Pact of the Tome. I just wanted to do a couple of checks just to talk to my patron so he can give me some tomes. I don't want to actually talk to him because I almost peed my pants last session.
Oh my heavens! Yes,
Yeah.
I have to agree with you there. I
Go
was like,
ahead.
"Huh?"
Make me a religion check. Yeah, this is gonna be to start figuring out. Yeah, Pact of the Tome. The fun. It's a fun class.
I might go watch that.
18.
What are you saying in this kind of like supplication, or act of prayer to get stuff?
I would like to have any spells that can help me right now. You know our plan. What could I get so we can both accomplish our goals easy?
Easy arm.
Easy. Arr.
Here's what. Have you already picked some of those stuff you wanted immediately?
Yeah, I already picked. I just wanted to see if I could get some extra perks.
To get. Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair. Here's what I'll give you. You don't get anything immediately, and actually, especially from last time, thankfully, there's no voice, there's no like chilling visage that grips you. But Merlin, as you pray this time, you do get that feeling of like relaxed patience, where your body feels naturally like at ease, and it's a very it's a very unnatural thing for you, where you're like, oh, but it's I will say for your patient, it's that like you're starting to like these spells come to mind. The small little fish book appears, like we'll say, in the tank, kind of floating around. But it's that while no big spells or other things do appear, you're getting the feeling that I'm on the right track. Like, the reason I'm not getting talked to right now is because, for whatever reason, Jones is happy with what I'm doing. Maybe it's because we're going to Germany, or maybe it's because we talked already.
Facilier.
Yeah, like, is this sounds good. Yes, that's what you would get. We are going to finish up then this travel. Again, a lot of this is happening over the course of the days, like, especially like getting ready for these prayers or trying out the rooms or sending. Takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
As you all, though, see the final night end coming over the horizon with the sun.
Oh, so how many times could I have tried to fix the board? Or like,
I'm gonna say one. It's something with that 17. A lot of these anyway, even with these checks, they stretch into a couple days because big things like this are that like you spend a good couple hours carefully going through because it's that natural, even like with praying or sending, taking time to craft spells or checks of this magnitude. It's that like 3-day process of okay, at the end of 3 days, things aren't falling out. Like everything may or may not be together. So good, like
gotcha.
if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did want to try that thing that I sent you, like on the trip. See if that's
That's something that we will resolve
later.
after the other party members get to see. So if you want to tell me what you'd like to try to send.
Yeah. So basically, I wanted to take that little like drawing book that I found, and then I wanted to paint out kind of the layout of the room, and then have Mike standing there with like a little paintbrush and like a thumbs up,
Awesome.
and then like Mike doing like the bardic inspiration, like thumbs up with the grin.
Giving a little thumbs up.
That's cute.
I
And, like
like
high
it.
teacher, and then trying to like use that to send out to because I know what she looks like based on the paintings. I know she has really
Understand
long hair,
Familiar things.
and she's a painter. And I know her name's
You have a
Rapunzel
name?
now.
I think that's perfect.
This box of Doom level.
That's pretty cute.
No, not Box of Doom. It's not yet campaign shifting, I should say. But it's
That's
something
where
really
Corona
cool
is.
that
That's where
I will say, Mike, for better or for worse, the message goes off.
Ooh.
And so we will see what comes back. That's something I gotta ask other players to do stuff.
Alright.
That's cool.
Wait a minute.
You guys, as you see,
We're going to
having made great time from Thebes, are coming down now, passing France, up in the horizon. Germany approaches.
Oh, there's Germany.
Germany is a smaller kingdom. You know, though, recently has grown in the past decade or so due to the actions of once, very young, but now well-known, respected Snow White, leader of the Council of Princess, one of the bigger founding members, as of late, that approaching this kingdom, you see small buildings and churches, like not full temples to the gods, but of course just in a religious sense meant to bring forth people in union and matrimonies across Germany, this kingdom. What you're also seeing is Germany is well known throughout Desania also for its agricultural exports. So you see this actually is a town well known for its alcohol, its beer, its cheeses, its sheep.
Jack will have a field day.
It's a place where they have a lot of up and coming like
Switzerland?
culinary arts and food sciences, because it's that like, hey, life's meant to be enjoyed, right? Like, I think we're all tired of fighting each other, and so Germany's one of those like kingdoms now that are really trying to like promote outreach through new mediums of art and enjoyment of life. So what I will ask, while Phoebus would be the one to pilot, you guys could quote unquote park anywhere you want in the kingdom. There is the main castle, but that might cause a lot of attention just because it's a big flying ship. There is, though, in Germany, it's kind of hard to tell with this map, but it's a small enough kingdom that I didn't feel like we need to make a map for it. There is like a small inlet of sea, because of course the bayou runs through up into Germany.
I think I see it.
You could like park there and then it's just like a walk into town. Or you could park landside, but it would just be out in like maybe the countryside. Yes.
I think I would probably bring up trying to find a spot where like we'd be able to park the boat and then have it be like watched by the city so that people couldn't just like hop on the boat and steal it.
Are we?
Or
Like,
we
is
could
there-
just
are we
make it
able to keep the
invisible.
boat
Is there
in
a
the
dock?
sky?
Is there like
Right now you're in the sky, and I'll say like high enough up that like no one's gonna see. Like
We could
even
make the
people-
boat invisible and park
we
it
could
somewhere.
park
Are
it
we
in the middle
able
of
to
nowhere.
drop from the sky and keep the boat in the sky?
What?
Oh yes, because there were those long
The
boats.
longboats can take you down. They have no
can't
way
take
of
us
going
back
back up.
That's fine.
They're boats with like a light feather falling, so it's like a safety precaution of and now we can
Emergency.
get down. But to get back up, it would be that like how do we get back up?
I feel like we'd be able to
Is
back up.
anybody staying on the boat?
Definitely
Um,
not
not-
him. And I point at Jack.
I agree.
Jack just
No, you're coming with us.
They have rum.
They
There
do.
is rum
Alright.
in town.
They're like bars at every corner.
Lots of rum.
all right. I'll do
Would
it.
be
Uh, Jack will come with you
I'll
guys.
join you with a drink. No, I wrote it.
Is there a way to have a delayed command for the guys? Like if we ask them
Fun
For the
fact,
buddies.
there is.
for the buddies to like lower the rope when they see us?
Yeah, you can give like a very basic. I just made the check. Phoebus can help in starting to give that check of like when we approach, look for me and drop a rope. So that way, like the ship could be invisible but high enough up that like it's just grab the rope and they pull you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean these servant they like with normal invisible servant, it's you got to keep it in a basic style of command, but that could work.
Yeah. Or like
We could
choose a select few of us as well. Be like, okay, pick yourself, Phoebus, and then even me, Esmeralda. Kind of just whoever we can use in case somehow you become like incapacitated and we need to grab the ship to come after you or something.
I will
That's a
say this: Phoebus is gonna try this. It may or may not work though. Is what like
If it doesn't work, then
maybe just because as you guys being the lost ones, you're yet to make enough of a magical imprint with the ship to have some of those recognition. So it may or may not be possible. Like Phoebus is
Yeah.
given that order of like look for us, the lost ones.
It's
To
definitely
try
the
to
best
get to the
option
ship.
right now, so we should try it.
Like it's a thing that like until you try it, there's no way to know.
Yeah.
So
Let's try it. If it doesn't work, we'll find a place in the port to park. What do we do to try it?
so trying is just we'll make
Can
the
I
check
get
now.
Phoebus help on this check?
Yeah.
I've
So you guys, what it would be is you come down. The ship will bamf its invisibility. So of course, if the ship then needs to attack or like is
Oh,
attacked, it will lose its
Can we
invisibility.
talk to the minor god and have her help us?
Actually, yeah, that's a
Try.
good idea.
because I was thinking
You
that
should probably.
I
be the
would
one
say-
master, I mean,
and her bond with
you're a
Tiger Lily
thief.
would at
I'm a
least
damn
get her
soul.
enough
He's
of
a damn
connection with
soul.
the
He's
boat
a lost
to-
soul.
It's something. I'll say it's this
Hey,
would help
hey,
in the help
you're
action of
right.
like offering
on.
just that
We're
like
both
prayer of like, hey, I
Yeah,
know you like
I'll
the
go-
ship.
Place
I'll
on the
go
fishbowl,
sit
like
and I'll
behind
be
the
like-
shoulder, like we're both dead. So.
Hey, Tiger Lily.
What's up?
I love that.
What's up?
So like, we need to go into the city, but we're kind of worried that people are going to be a little too interested in the boat. If you could kind of help the servants keep it hidden and somewhere safe, that'd be great.
I will say this. Very good roll.
Yay.
The boat comes in very close to city limits, like stones thrown. You're hitting some of those outer walls and buildings. Completely invisible, and which you all know that being on the ship, no one would see you too until you leave. in exiting the ship, all of you slide down the ropes. The ropes go back up. Phoebus turns you all. Just should I try to hail the ship, or would anyone else like to try just to see if we're good?
Sorry.
Mike, you raise the hand. Couple ropes drop down.
Okay, cool. Thanks. We just want to test them.
Ropes come back up.
Sick.
Yeah. So in theory, yeah, most of you should be able to hail the boat if needed.
I
If
raise
people,
my hand.
The Hail Mary.
you specifically had to wait to make the check. Yeah, rope comes down.
Oh, one rope.
I guess you could say it's a Hail
Well, yeah,
Mary.
because it's
Eh?
yeah, hail. Gosh.
No. Stuff's lost.
You should have
You
rolled it with
guys-
disadvantage.
Oh, I did.
Yes!
It's not impossible. Again, the longer you stay and like forming as a team, it's easier for the magic to accept you all as a group. There's fun stuff with this bow. You guys have made it to Germany. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning. Not terribly late, of course. As you come down, of course, the city is a hustly-bustly mess. What you're seeing right now, anyone who wants actually can make me a perception check.
Ooh, I'm actually good
Can
at
I make,
those.
Arcana check.
That's perception
as
is
well?
15.
Yeah, oh yes, as well. Yeah, I was like, I don't think Arcana would work. Yeah, no, for an added thing.
Yeah.
Oh, frick, I should have gone
Well,
Arcana
21.
instead of history.
21.
Yours was 17.
Good old 7, Mike.
Oh, are
Perfect.
we all
Sorry.
making checks? I'm sorry.
I'm too focused
Group
on
perception.
spotting
Okay.
children to avoid.
Gosh dang it.
I got it.
Perception
Ha,
is not
That's a
my
23.
strong suit.
Mike, you're immediately seeing like, okay, that's a school. Avoid that at all
Yeah.
That
costs.
is a
I think
solid
I
13.
That is
probably
sus.
like fashioned like a little like stick with like a padded end so I could like push children away if they
Like a
could.
broom.
What are you doing?
Here's what you're all getting, and tell me, Marlon, in a second with the Arcana. We'll resolve that separately. The world was recently canonized in a calendar form. This was something that was led by the Council Princess and a big thing. And being from Germany, Snow specifically tried to like push it here first. There's really cool big clocks and calendars everywhere right now. What you're seeing is like across the city, there's a lot of time, and so you're seeing it's like this is the standard time. It is 10 o'clock of the morn. It is the 7th day of Elysian, 9261. Being, of course, then, like, okay, 9th day of the month, there's 30 days in a standard month, and this is the first month they decided on. So, everyone's pretty cool about that. So you see a lot of stuff.
I mean, I actually have a birthday.
It does mean that some of you would have birthdays.
Should I make a birthday check?
Everyone,
here.
please make me a birthday check!
Wait, what's the modifier?
How do we
Intelligence, because you're trying to think, like, with then how they've canonized years specifically versus how
Why?
my culture used to, or society used to, like, mark whether it was chronologically.
So wait,
yearly.
that'd be intelligence is like history?
No, just raw intelligence, 10.
I wanted history specifically because I am not the smart man.
I'm not smart.
Dang it! 5.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
do they have a very similar calendar to my world? Because I rolled a 19 and I haven't added my plus yet.
Oh!
Yeah,
Which is a 1, so
I need
20.
intelligence and arcana because my patron. He doesn't
Here's
know
what
the
you know.
names of the shit.
Fun fact,
He
Nick
just
Wilde.
does them.
Your birthday
You just go on the wiki.
is in 5 days. On the 12th day of Elysian. Because, wait, yeah, usually we would go by those, like, winter months. Oh, shoot. Really? Yeah, so,
I'm 25 in a few days. I don't
in
say
a few
that.
days, you
I
got a
don't say
birthday.
that.
Mike Wazowski.
Wait, could I roll insight on Nick to see
Well,
if he
I
like
just looked at
changes his
Esmeralda
mood
does
anytime
originally
he
have a
when
birthday.
you realize
This is what I'm checking for all of you.
Nice.
it's bad?
What's your total? Mine's 14.
3.
Apparently Esmeralda's birthday is October 22nd, so hey,
Huh.
I'm
It didn't give me
already
one for my
now.
character, but it gave me one for my actor.
here's what we're looking up real
It'd be
quick.
cool if
So, Mike,
There isn't one on the wiki.
Yeah, same here. It
Hey,
just gave me
August?
my actor's birthday.
yes.
When is the curse going to be permanent?
You don't know.
Actually,
Here's what you know, Mike.
That's reminding me.
If you're going
Yeah.
by the human calendar, probably in about 3 months, or like what they're calling months in that days is like, yeah, I guess that would line up enough. Monstropolis follows decently close to like what we would call our modern time. Again, Dizania, not just as this giant continent, but like the world as a whole and the sun, it's about that 360. So yeah, it's about it, even though in hell time is different and there's technically no suns, but how they choose to label their own time, so it's weird. But yeah, about 3 months or so, I would say like you're guesstimating that the date would probably be like 14th, maybe.
No idea what my birthday is doing.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 10.
A 10.
I rolled a 9.
I looked up her real birthday. It's in October, but
Here's what I know. On a 10, these aren't terribly hard checks.
okay,
Um,
good.
Esmeralda,
She's a 2.
here's what you know. Actually, and I will get the message so I can send it to the group chat so you can all see the calendar because there are actual month names. This is fun. I love this.
Is this
Birthdays!
calendar in the entire world, or is it just in Germany?
The entire world, even to the sea marlin. This is actually what's cool. Ariel, being kind of that representative for most of the aquatics as the princess there, is trying to help implement it even in the oceans. So that it's diversity, you know.
seaweed is always greener than somebody else.
Oh, let me not send that to my work group chat. That'd be...
What is this? Speaking of birthdays,
Ariel
Sam's
is an
birthday's
advocate for
on
diversity.
Saturday. So
In the ocean.
find
Would I
us
know?
Here we go.
Ariel.
It's like, that's a popular, because it's that, again, like, if people needed, like, a voice to the world, if they had something, they would try to go to the Tritons, to Ariel.
Okay.
So yes, to this, what you guys find, right now we are in Elysian, high cold, the month of ice. These have all been decided. The princess, I guess, spoilers, Gaston's dead. Fun fact, he sacrificed himself to stop Frollo.
That's so base.
Frollo had tricked Gaston into helping him. Rapunzel actually was the one who said, like,
Gaston
I
was a
thought you
good
wanted
guy?
to be here. Yeah, in this
He's
one,
just, yeah.
Beast and Belle kind of abandoned France, and he really stepped up, and so they came back kind of...
Are the French in the middle of a revolution?
He's a rough guy, but like he never was evil. He really wanted what was best for the
Fuck
country.
them.
Frollo preyed upon that and like got him to help him kidnap people.
I know, but I want Hugh Jackman to be in this game.
But what is known is Gaston like sacrificed himself trying to stop Frollo. He sacrificed himself in the cauldron, and so yeah, now the month of the hunt is Gastonin. So here's what you guys know. Because it's not hard to find a calendar here. Again, Germany is like big on this. Mike Wazowski, your birthday will be the 14th day of Lumarin. The month of the first light. Nick, yours is of course the 12th day of Elysian, that first month, the month of ice.
Oh, is that what month we're in?
Yes, right now you're in
Oh, we're
Elysian.
there. Cool.
It's still because it is cold. There's no the climate here in a lot of Dizania is still very warm. Kind of that spoilish. You're in that much closer to like almost like hemisphere to the southern half. It really only gets cold like those kind of high mountain places.
Funnily enough.
Esmeralda, your birthday then would be the 22nd day of Donin, the month of harvest.
Goofy.
1 second.
Goofy.
Wait, is there a Donald?
Donnan.
Yes, good.
Oh, there is a Donnan.
Good. Donald deserves one. Also,
I said Donnan without knowing that there was a Donnan.
Also,
So Marlon, your birthday would be in Mufassin. You're guessing about the 22nd day. Might be 23rd. It's not like because it definitely would have been the summer months. Because you were, it's much warmer in the seas at that time. Like, finally,
Phoebus?
yes,
Yes. I'll write it down for him.
good old Phoebes.
Phoebus.
So have I gone immortal to the point where I don't even know my own birthday?
Here, I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
Wait, that actually is sad.
If I had a lot of these. Phoebus's birthday would be the third day of Herculean, the
Of
month
course.
of power,
Of course.
late heat.
Of course. I should have known.
And
I have a friend named Sauces on
uh,
My friend Shiva.
Somebody should have Fifle.
okay.
Is that
I
Disney?
love that.
Fifle? American.
No, it's weird. It's
Five
made by the
Fingers
same
West.
people who made Disney stuff, but they all quit and started their own company.
Here's what you know, Barbosa.
Offshoot Disney.
Yours
Yeah.
is the most unknown because again, being on the sea was even worse when it came to
It was
calendars.
mostly by moons. And
Yeah,
temperature.
you're not going anywhere by like a solar calendar like the rest of the world has now tried to adopt. You're guesstimating like rough that maybe Mufasin going by like usually like anytime it comes around like I guess it's more like warmer climate, but we're always in warmer climate, so maybe.
I'm just saying it.
But like no clue any day or something. You'd have to get way closer to start thinking like okay, now
Yeah, mine was
it's
like
now good.
9 because of the 9 Pirate Lords, 6 because of the
You're like, do I choose a day? Is that legal?
So I go
okay.
the 12th because it's just 6 times 2 and now
It's
it's
just
my
fun.
birthday.
But as you guys enter Germany, what you are seeing is, of course, a lot of the craziness of the city is coming from the different persons and places to go. There's the different shops, different kitchens and bakeries. There's also, though, a respectable... There are schools here. One of the other things, I guess, more secondary to agriculture is Germany is big on education. Really, in
Children.
you can find a lot of the higher education where, like, not just for wizards, but also, like, anyone, if you're thinking of, like, furthering and really having that higher doctorate position, you would come here to a lot of their schools. So, as you guys come into the city, what would you be looking for or trying to do?
Immediately
I got a
looking for
8.
prospects.
I got a
and
19 on my Arcana check.
Arcana.
And the doctor. Prospects and the doctor.
19.
Prospects and
I
doctor.
feel like I just say to people like,
Marlin,
we should take a quick hour, see around, get some sights.
here's
then
what
get to
you're
the doctor.
getting. In entering Germany, there seems to be a lot of magic. That's a very natural, like, the arcane here is strong, especially with a lot of these, like, wizarding schools, where people want to perform magic. In terms of, like, higher arcane or darker arcane, nothing immediate is bamfing for you. There's not a lot of pings, and that could be maybe due to, like, your geographical location. Could also be due to maybe the people here. Maybe he's not here yet, or at all. Like, it's that, okay, nothing immediate comes to mind.
Okay.
For the rest of you, though, yeah, you could start looking around. You could start doing stuff.
Someone's gonna have to carry me.
I'll do it.
Sure.
I have a hat.
Probably
I could just refit my bandana. So, bandana. It's good. Hat.
I love
Good
that.
stuff.
Or just set you on the hat itself.
Barbosa, everyone looks at you and Marlin as you just got this fishbowl on your head.
What?
Higher point of view. Have you not heard of the
It's
higher
not-
ground?
it's
Oh
nice
my
up here.
gosh, it's a talking fishing.
Oh,
Oh
glub,
no, I know
glub.
exactly.
Could I
what
roll
they-
deception?
Yes.
Glub, glub. Can I give the help action like me and my
I
fish?
am the club go glambula.
Can I give the help action just like oh, me and
No,
my
this is
fish?
this is a raw, like, Marlin's trying to be like, oh wait, right.
17?
17. A lot of people. Oh, it's ein Spell und Magic. Yeah,
Yes.
very good.
Magic is
Yeah, like, alright, it's not unfamiliar to have arcane, like, pets, but Yeah, most people don't choose a fish. All right.
Okay. So it's not
I mean, if
bad
you
that
look
I'm
like a
talking.
swashbuckler straight from the 14th century, it
Most
might not
people,
be out of the
you
question.
think, Marlon, people think you are like a familiar or something made of magic because it's like, oh yes, like because like an arcane focus, and you just keep your pet inside. All right.
Also, is Terry with us, or is he still on the boat?
Is Terry on guard?
That was actually something I wanted to bring up here when we start, like looking around. Did Terry, was he gonna stay on the boat
Terry
as a guard,
watched the boat,
or
I feel.
Aw.
What's
That's
Terry's
okay.
birthday?
I disagree strongly.
you'd have to go back to the boat and ask him?
Oh,
I disagree.
We have to go
There's
back.
no way we. I don't know. I don't like this.
I think we would have tried to. At least Mike would have talked to Phoebus about locking him out of the controls.
Yeah.
While
Yeah.
we were gone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but definitely Terry can like,
There's, like,
hey,
a body
like
there.
I'll body it. Like it's always smart maybe to have someone on the ship. This is just his turn. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll stick around
Terry
here.
does the housekeeping.
He has an apron
He
on.
comes back,
feather
he's in a
duster.
maid costume.
I love the idea of Terry and like have a maid apron, just like
You
feathers.
people are weird.
Terry is best boy.
Yes.
He's my comfort
love Terry.
character.
You kill Terry, we'll be very sad.
all right.
You
well,
kill
we'll
Terry,
just-
you'll have an immortal man.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah.
Oh!
You kill Terry, you'll have an
Let's
immortal
just
man
roll
and his
something.
monkey against you.
You guys come back
I'm
to a
putting that
body on the ground.
Wolf's list.
Here's what we'll do, gang. This is a group investigation check, but you may use it with the ability modifier you so choose if you'd like to tell me. For example, you can use your charisma in an investigation check because, again, if you're investigating using magic, you could use it using, this is going to sound weird, but just dexterity. If it's like, I want to kind of rooftop it, slip
Yeah,
right
I
alleyway, I
thought
want to
about
start
that.
searching. You can search in the way you see fit. Or you could just do your base investigation using that wisdom of, let me start looking around.
But base stats?
I'm not really
Yes.
Okay.
sneak.
Can I look for people to sell to?
I had a thought. Constitution.
That will
and
be
started
then
shrinking.
your regular investigation. But yes.
Can I just do passive of 16?
Sure, yeah. Take the passive. On 16, Nick, I will say there is one or two. They're definitely like student stress with finals. And you see it's not like
swear if you.
you got like just I need a downer. I need something just to, you know,
Gotcha,
have
gotcha.
I need to chill.
is reminding me of real life.
Yeah.
You got like Hades lettuce or
Hades
like
lettuce.
anything like
Recreational
Of course I have
oregano.
Hades left.
hey man, yeah, you know, my normal guy, they're out of town, it's a break, but
Yeah,
I've just got this big
this can be a
project.
stressful business. You know.
Yeah, when you're trying to talk about interplanar teleportation and like you know, packaging, it can get really tough.
Yeah.
Because again, it's all in theorem. Like, how do we know what we're sending? Listen, man, just
I hear you, dude.
hey, and so you can definitely sell. Basically, most of you have take a pretty 10 gold out of it. Because again, this isn't one of the like
the
higher paying.
expensive stuff.
This is your normal. I mean, if you need Hades lettuce, you just, for the sake of stream and Twitch not striking me.
Yep.
Please don't strike me, Twitch. But yes, it's that like, yeah, it's a decent pay, honestly though.
Here's my thoughts.
I'll actually make a quick roll though.
So I have a question.
173.
Yes.
What's your constitution mod?
I'm pretty much a stealth
What's your constitution
based
modifier?
rogue. It's not really your thing.
Yeah.
She's just very dexy.
She's flamboyant.
So,
Yes.
Which is why.
But my
You
investigation
see why I'm recommending
is only
because,
a 12.
like, I'm a plus
However,
2.
if I
like,
went
I
with
can
stealth,
hold my own. Like, I
that's
for
a
my
17.
stutter.
Acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics.
And then
It's
we
also
would
still a
get
17.
shut up. And
That's
we
much
could
better.
bring Jack with us.
Here's what I will
so we don't know
say.
he's skanking about anywhere.
Fun fact, gang. Did anyone roll above a 20?
We haven't rolled yet.
Oh, you haven't rolled.
And
was
we need
waiting.
to tell you our plan, which
So sorry. I thought like yes.
Sorry.
Please, everyone, roll, and then based on what you roll, you can tell me your plans or
Oh,
like other
so
stuff.
you're rolling
do we have
again?
constitution?
No, we'll take yours. 23.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Good thing I'm doing this.
21.
21.
My
So I rolled a nat 1. 4 total.
What's 9 plus 10, kid?
21. We got the
19.
we both have
You're pushing
we
him
need
away
to
with
tell
the
you our
stick.
plan, 'cause-
That's
one
just technical.
syllable,
I
4
didn't
letters,
agree to
and
this.
I and a
Sorry,
C
I
in
like
the
this
name.
idea because we keep Jack in check with it.
Our
Here's
names
what I
are
will say.
super similar.
What? So we got 23, 21. You guys go through a lot of the town. But in going through, in starting to ask, like, around, like, hey, you guys heard of Hans?
I'm also looking for a
Mage?
big blue guy.
Big blue guy. Not a lot of results are being turned. What you're getting is, like, people know of, like, the mage. No one really knows where this person is or how to find them. Or then of, like, do you know of, like, one Facilier, like, oh, the wanted criminal? No, I haven't seen a wanted criminal, thankfully. And so with this check, in this being a group check, you guys spend about a day, like, going through, because not really anything turns up. You find, like, people to deal with. You find interesting stuff. That there's stores here. There's places to, like, buy supplies. But for the most part, nothing has turned up any results of one Hans. Here's what I'll say. You guys can go back to the ship and sleep. That's not hard at all. It's actually quite easy to just leave town. What I will then ask again is we're going to make another group check. For Hans, again, you can use the same ability modifiers you want. Because it's just, this is something where when finding a person in the kingdom, it's going to take time.
I really do.
So this is one, like, and things can be happening. You can try to do little individual things, but it might detract from, like, the overall groups. How do we find someone? So 1, 2,
Well,
3.
Okay. I, at least, like, once night actually hits, I'm going to be, like, looking around the town area to see if, like, Sully actually is, you know, like...
Yes, that's what I'm getting.
And
That's a part of your investigation too. I'm trying to keep that in
And
mind.
then
Same with, like, your Arcana. And, like,
Yeah,
thinking.
but, like, if everybody else was, like, going to bed, I would, like, go into town and, like, look around while people were sleeping, at least making sure that I got that 8 hours, but, like, maybe, like, sending message and being like, hey, are you here?
In sending the sending, you're not getting a response back. From Sully. 2, sorry, yes.
There was actually 2 things that I was going to ask. One of them I forgot. I had planned to do this, but who do we know is, like, evil and working with Dr. Facilier?
Who do you know?
No idea.
Yeah, like, do we know about Hades? Do we know about, like...
the brother in court. Would
like,
any of them
those
be?
people?
I would know about Hades, wouldn't I?
In terms of evil persons who could be working with Facilier, unfortunately, right now, you guys don't know anyone.
Do we know about Hades?
Do I still
Here's
know?
the fun thing. Whereas, in a metagame sense, as most campaigns know, Hades has been causing problems. For you guys, that's just a god. Like, in total, there hasn't been any big, like, yes, like, here's a bad person. Besides, like, Esmeralda, you know of Lily's pact and, like, distrust and, like, but even Lily didn't have a lot of, like, I want to say negative stuff in the terms of, like, he's evil. More just in that, like, we don't really know about Hades. This is a god that has, like, dark plans that no one really understands. That could mean anything. It's something that, as a party, it's hard to know who yet... You know, I mean, of course, is the world black and white, but, like, who are the bad guys? Well, you got Facilier. And as of right now, there's not a ton that can match up. And then 3, Barbosa, you had something, then Marlon 4.
Well, we talked about the same. He just accompanied me for it, and I just splashed him in the water. Trick. I want to use Constitution. I get Jack, and we go to a bar. To get information, we start a drinking game.
Nice.
I was actually going to put on a sort of magic performance with either deception or performance. With performance, that's a 19. With deception, that's a 14.
I'll say on this next round, yeah. Going to the bars, starting to, like, see, like, hey,
I
maybe
know it's
people...
like, even the fish. Don't worry about
I've
that.
been sober my whole life. No.
Oh wait, I'll just scoop it out. There's like
by the
secret,
way,
scoop it out.
sugary water breathes minty fresh.
That's good stuff to breathe.
All right, you drink, you breathe.
It's like that scene with Bruce and he sniffs the blood.
Oh,
That's
good.
Intervention!
And literally,
Uh,
Jack and I. I'm
Yes,
like,
and so
keep
Esmeralda,
track
you
of it.
can like do a show. That works.
Yeah.
So yes. So what was everyone's next round? And then yes, Mike.
Oh well, I rolled a 20.
20.
Nat.
Oh, I want to find
Nat 20.
also stuff for fixing the board.
Fixing the board. Esmeralda, what'd you get?
22.
22.
So
I'm
after his
using
whole thing,
deception because I'm doing kind of like illusionary magic.
Yes. Yes.
after his whole thing, I'm gonna use intelligence. I got a 19. I'm gonna go to see if there's any public library, if there's any books checked out about Mordu or Sean Yu.
After this, I just carry him.
If
as
there
like
are,
He's
then I
just
want to
starting
know
rolling.
who checked them out.
You know,
If
like,
there
oh,
aren't, I
where
want to
to?
focus up and research.
Got it. What'd you get?
19.
19.
Actually, the library's a good
So
idea.
and
We'll
wait,
do
what?
that next time.
Sorry, I just lost it. What did you get?
19.
Marlin.
Sorry, man.
In a smart idea, you find
Nothing.
not a bit.
You find a book about fish.
Nemo?
There's a picture of like
Sad
on the
music.
cover, just a tiny little clownfish.
Actually-
You're like,
There.
Marlin.
Visitor.
You and using
Sorry,
Barbosa
guys,
kind of
I'm
adds
gonna
that
look, sir,
legwork.
We're gonna kick you out.
You head to the local German library. Can-
Oh
Upon entering through, you see a small little gnomish man, actually. But obviously he's been here a while. He has a bit of that accent, even to his common, where, yes, visitors to the library. Welcome. What can I do for you?
We're looking for novels on the Shun Yu Mordu.
Or anything on the Great Chinese War, or the
Oh,
Great.
Also, the Chinese
Historians.
Yes, historians.
Yes, this is very, how we will say, a popular subject token with many of the mages right now in Germany. You are, I'm sorry, is this a class on project?
It is a project.
You must be working with the other gentleman that is working on this project.
Got him.
Might we ask again who exactly were here? Because we haven't been able to get into contact with
Oh,
our study
it's been a
group.
while.
One gentleman, one very, the word, Toppenhat, in cloak, other,
Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah, can I do the same?
older, grandfather,
Would I know
yes,
what that means? Because of
yeah,
sailing
do
with
that quick
multiple
insight.
people. Actually, I'm gonna use histories from
this librarian is
Past.
describing two people.
If one of them
history.
does-
Pods in the
didn't
dog.
Facilier, if that happened to be one of them, didn't he do a deal with you?
Yes,
So
but he
you
wasn't
would
there
have-
that night, and neither was I. I hold my end of the deal. We're just hunting Facilier for other reasons.
Well, yeah, but you would
To be
know,
fair, that was just business.
you know his description, so if
Yes.
You know, yeah, so
if
Would that
he had
alter
to,
roles or?
that's something you can have advantage with because you
Whoa.
saw, kind of like with Esmeralda, you two know better.
I didn't get a
than-
better roll, so I'll just go with the first. And I'm using my memories of the past because, and when I've sailed with
to
people
help
of that
back.
description.
So what'd you get, Marlon?
Could I use history instead of insight?
Yeah, I'd say history. That.
Because I got a
That good.
24.
24.
Oh, good. 23.
23. Both of yours together passed. He seems to be describing Facilier and another person. Und Emerald Glockenvest, the mage with the mage und what is common spell work. Yes, they were looking for these tomes in history for their reports.
Do you happen to know how long ago this was or which way they went after?
Yes, a day? One day ago?
One.
Ooh, a day ago. And do you know
I
to
know.
which direction they left? Did they go to right out the door, left?
This dude's gotta make a history check. I'm like, wait, where'd they leave? Oh Oh yeah, and right down the road.
Oh yeah.
Done it up. Hey. Oh, it's rubbing off. It's
I don't know if they're still here.
It's
I was
really
making. I was trying to sense if there was any dark magic in the area. I couldn't
Is there
find
any
anything.
no dark magic? We can at least find out some more information about the
I will say, if you bring this to the group, this would definitely improve. And
Before we bring
I
to the
will say
group-
this: you guys did pass on your group investigation, so these are a lot of the things you're about to
Before we
start getting.
go to the group,
Cool.
can we actually do some research on our own on the same project?
Yes, I will say. Here's what you know, actually. Sorry, and then no said. You might want to find your friends. They took all the book and journal of the Mordu Chinese war Shanyu.
Hey, that's
Did you happen to catch their names?
Oh yeah, one was Hans, a good man. The other a friend. He said, yeah, good friend.
Hans is
Ah, well. Thank you for telling us about our old project mates. Hopefully, we can catch up to them and get a good grade.
Wait, are we supposed to
Probably
kill
not.
Hans?
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing? I forgot. I'm sorry.
All you know is that Hans and Facilier were together at the library and have now all the books.
Okay.
And
All the
we knew
journals
that
are
Facilier was going to Hans to get resurrection for.
Okay, yeah. I was during my performance. I'm definitely trying to get people, just clock people for information. You know.
You're clocking people. What you're getting is a lot of people. Apparently, the semester is ending. A lot of the magicking classes are done. People are excited because, thankfully, not many people are going to be in the buildings. Is what you're trying to get. Is a lot of those underground, big, summoning circle type places. You can you actually what you actually hear, Esmeralda. Couple students are excited. They're like, dude, I heard 3C, huge rager. Totally no professors. All the professors are heading out anyway out of town. No one's in those buildings. They don't even lock them anymore, dude. It's so safe here. And how a lot of these big magic areas are open this evening.
Mm.
Mike and Nick, in looking around town, people are clearing out. I don't want to say fast, but Nick, in working your normal job, and I'll say again, I've been making checks. Thankfully, none of local law enforcement have caught you. Everything's been pretty chill. But for both of you, in looking around or making those checks, everything's getting rather sparse as whatever schooling has finished up before it starts for the next term. That usual kind of what we would call a winter break. But, yes, in the new year, we take a bit of time off. There is, though, what you're starting to see, an unusual lack of persons around the universities.
Oh my goodness.
I will say this. You guys would all probably meet up near enough to the ship in that, hey, what'd you find today? So you guys can roleplay that out in, what you guys are trying to find.
So wait, is this
So are we
the-
meeting up at some town square or?
or at the boat?
You can, I'll say a town square. Since you didn't give me anything yet.
So I heard there's gonna be a huge party at we said 3C.
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 That makes sense.
Sounds like a huge summoning circle gonna go wrong.
Oh, that could be bad. Also, we found a lead on Hans.
Yeah, he and Facilier went to the library, checked out, I'm not sure if they checked out or stole, 2 books on Shanyu and Mordu.
Every single book available.
Am I aware that 3C is where there are summoning circles?
Yeah, that's where they're signed. Because again, it's one of those big open buildings where
I
then
have a
you
feeling
got
they're throwing a big rager tonight,
3C
and they need a
is
couple
the
of
university.
bodies to bring someone back.
3C is one of the building laboratories.
I know I
at
don't
the
know
university.
about this, but this is literally just open alchemist philosopher's stone. I'm sorry, I love it.
I noticed that there's a very large lack of people around the entire town.
Is that on purpose?
And
Kidnappings.
They're all at the party.
I
that
have a feeling
or
that it's gonna be
they're leaving to go elsewhere, or maybe they got brainwashed for everybody to go there because
Is there an armory?
nobody's around.
What?
In Germany, not in the sense that you think. Like any National Guard armory would be like up in the castle, which is actually much more far out to the western part of Germany.
Okay.
Yeah, but that sounds like a good place to start.
Yeah, they're probably he's either gonna be where people are or where people aren't, and a teleportation circle sounds like
Summoning circle.
a summoning circle sounds like something that he needs. So a lot of people are gonna be in danger.
I can
tonight.
speak from experience. You will need a summoning circle and a way to soul energy to bring back someone from the dead. I mean, what I remember was various animals and knickknacks and waking up in a bed and related to Adama's hut in the bayou. So
Right. Let's come up with a plan for people to disrupt the summoning circle and people to distract the Doctor and Hans. I could throw a Hail Mary and talk to Dr. Facilier because he hasn't seen me.
I could do the
That's
same.
good.
I'm on medium terms with the man.
What?
I made a deal with him. I sold him a bit of my liver.
What would you say
That
to
sounds problematic.
What would he need with your liver?
Well, the
I
buyer
swear
of
if
a
he
model
uses
is
your
a
liver
spell
to bring
component.
back more
He
dew.
probably is doing that because that is a guy who already went through the process.
Barbosa, please roll me a history check with advantage.
Can I use memories from the past on
You
this?
certainly can, because there's one specific memory.
18, 21.
Barbosa, one of the last times you sold your liver, the liver of a cursed man, a dead man, powerful spell magic has been used before in bringing things back from the dead, and also in, an attempted merging of worlds.
Are you saying the one shot is canon?
One shot's canon.
Remy exists. Sorry, that's my take
The
away.
rat is there. No, but no,
But also-
Barbosa,
the rat?
with that, it's the last time you sold your liver was used in a spell to bring someone back from the dead.
We need to get there now. Make preparations. This
Did
situation.
you
Wait, did
seriously
he tell?
give him a
Did you
spell
tell that to
component?
us?
I just say, last time this happened, they kind of used it to merge worlds. I think this is now, instead of a world of the fictional and the reality, this is a world of the dead and the living.
So you sold your liver and caused
For
it to
a
test.
platinum piece?
It was good
First-
platinum.
The entire fate of the entire world and this universe has
I didn't know.
Terry raised it. I'm sorry, I'm really new to this. That does seem like a
Wait,
bit
weren't
of
you
an
on the ship?
undersell. What?
Weren't you on the ship?
I thought you guys wanted me.
He's not on the ship.
Did anybody
Hi, Terry.
Jack's not there.
get to the ship? If that son of a
Are you guys
He
going to the
touches
ship?
That ship,
I am
swear.
racing there because I know Jack and
wouldn't Phoebus
taking
be there?
ships.
Phoebus is with Esmeralda.
I am booking
Did
into
we
the
say that
ship.
they were locked out of it, right?
I'm running to the ship.
I feel so dumb that I'm.
It's not like locked, but there's certain stuff. Who's going to the ship right now?
I'm booking it
I
there.
feel
Like,
we could.
Well, I mean, I'm with you because you're carrying.
Yeah, like
no,
you.
I activate my former trend so I don't even need to breathe. I'm like, oh no,
Just
this.
I feel like if we got the ship, we could then fly it to.
Cool. I
Yeah.
need everyone to make me athletics or acrobatics.
That's
see
that
if
proficiency
Phoebus
in
wants
one
to
of
come
those.
with me to go
No.
to the
I
university.
trip.
Phoebus would go with Esmeralda.
I'm gonna go to the university.
You're running to the university.
I rolled a 1 for
Acrobatics? Can I use my acrobatics? For this?
Athletics or acrobatics.
So I assume that I probably would trip, fall very
Boom,
far
boom, boom, boom,
behind.
boom, boom. Yes, you will
And
not
then
get to the ship
At
fast.
that point, I will probably see Nick going the other way and be like,
Can I get some Bardic?
You know, wheezing that like, oh, that hurt. Yeah, sure.
I got a 19.
I got a 25.
I got a 10!
I'm just.
Esmeralda,
Could I suggest something with our high rolls?
Phoebus will pick you up on Achilles.
What is your
Oh,
idea?
cool. I
To
didn't know
make up
Achilles
the
was
Throw
down
you
here.
and then throw myself.
He, I've been
Spider-Man
keeping
3 weeks
at
ago.
least Achilles with Phoebus for any of the
Yeah,
surgery.
kids on the
I
ship.
wanted to have a
Kids on the
conversation
ship!
with Barbosa before.
It is
Or,
too
like-
late though. Like,
okay, that's fine.
this
I
is
was
something
gonna
I
say,
need to role play out because again, the second you guys found this out,
Something
a lot
dirty.
happens.
Okay. Marlon,
here's what
shoot
happens.
your idea.
You four start running towards the ship. As you get to the ship, you see Jack is crawling, sailor crawl, up one of the ropes right now.
I fling my hand up for a rope.
You fling rope.
Actually,
Same here. Just
I'm going to cast thaumaturgy. I am going to this how I'm flavoring it. I'm getting a lot of tentacles out and just making myself as big as possible, making my voice as booming as I can.
Blow his head off.
Sparrow!
oh wait, and you are a patron of Davy Johnson that could possibly frighten him.
You go ahead and give me
He falls.
there's stuff that how do I best explain
That
it?
would be a
This
sparrow.
is a intimidation check. The advantage you get is canceled by the disadvantage of something you don't know. So it's a flat intimidation.
Wait, we don't know.
Wait, why?
We don't.
What don't I know?
I'll tell you in a second based on what you roll.
Okay.
There's something though that like it makes it so that it does cancel the roll to make it flat.
If as I'm climbing up, as I get closer,
You and Phoebus can be climbed, but unfortunately with the tens and stuff, Sparrow is still ahead.
Same here with like just.
that's why I wanted to. Get
It's like
my
you're
hands
doing that,
down.
Marlon. You're trying to like scare him as you
Well,
guys are all trying.
He's also on.
Exactly.
Yeah, shut up.
But it's that like depending on your guys' roll, there's still that like who
I
can
throw
get
a
upwind.
Oh, basketball.
So I got a 14.
14. You start climbing. Jack's eyes are pale green and his face is blank as he climbs. You see again, like foot interlocking as just hand over hand. He's not even conscious. Like a 14 is easy enough because again, any normal human
Marvin,
should be
wait.
scared.
With
Is
green,
this direction?
Could I make history with that? Because he said the green cloak.
No. What direction did they leave from the library? To the right. Is our ship to the right of the library?
No, it's not.
I got a 16 with that.
Can
16.
I get within range to cast Charm Person on him?
You're already in within range. It will happen once because you're gonna need your hands free. You know, once you get on deck. So I'm just gonna make a quick luck check once Jack gets on board and you on board. You're trying to charm person. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We are making opposed checks.
Okay.
You get to add in your magic modifier, so that's going to be your casting ability plus your proficiency. You are trying to charm a charmed thing,
Yes.
trying to basically take over what's
I'm
going
trying
on.
to negate what's happening. Yes.
So we're gonna roll this.
Okay. My spellcasting modifier?
Yep.
Oof. 12.
On a natural 20,
Fudge!
you see. Turns to you. Sorry.
That's all you have to say?
Jack starts moving towards the helm.
Could I
No!
do one more thing?
Right, try to
Yes.
kill
I'm
you
going
guys.
to shoot out my tentacles long. I think I got like
That's
45
Go on.
feet. I don't remember, but I'm going to try to touch him with Toll of the Dead. I mean, not Toll of the Dead, not Protection of Good and Evil.
Yo!
Oh!
Okay. Good stuff. Spell
Is
ends
he within
protected.
range?
Concentration.
If you're,
In my range.
What is the range?
if not, I could draw you.
Range is touch.
Bob, throw him.
You could throw him. That would
Barbosa.
can't be
Darn.
charmed, possessed. As you hawk Marley
Just-
again, tentacles are using wrapping around. Boom, boom, the protection of good and evil. You watch Jack's eyes come back into focus. The green fades away. Oh heavens!
Could I
Late
quickly
night
make an
snack.
Arcana check to see what that, like, how to stop it or like trace it? Track
Yes,
it?
yes. Go for a quick arm. You see, Jack
You're
turns
a
around.
magic man now.
Oh, we all on the ship again. All right. What's for dinner?
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It's hard to tell even on that where it's like, yeah, something went off on him, but what you get on the wind is you hear Major look. you hear Facilier's voice whisper across the ship. You know, on the 20 Arcana though, that was a magic mouth spell of something on Jack that triggered once he got you up here.
That was just a goose chase.
Mike and Nick, you guys are running to the university. Please make me investigation checks.
Can I take passive really quick? Just
Yeah, you
quick
could, yeah.
passive 16.
On just a passive 16.
Oh yes!
Natural 20. On the passive 16, yes, it's that a lot of people are gone. There's one of two possibilities, Mike. Scare tactics, spell tactics, you know these things. If you're trying to build something big for energy, what better place than where people are? Soul Streams, you know it's powerful. And if there's a big old, like, rager happening,
Right.
and you just sneak in and use what you need, that could go really bad. You start running to 3C. Because you know in your gut, you gotta be right. Nick, you take that as well.
Sail there.
As you
Yeah.
guys, I will say yes. Immediately, Phoebus would start like readying the
We
ship,
sail there.
Yeah.
undock, you know,
Aye,
weigh
aye,
anchor,
Captain.
like, and you guys would help, but you're not gonna be there for a while. As you guys run up, again, party boom, 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 boom. Music is blaring. A lot of these magic students are wildly celebrating end of term. As you guys start pushing in on the natural, it's hard to tell a lot of things, but what you get immediately is in these buildings, the offices are above. Not a lot in the offices, but like, you know, teacher workplaces or student workplaces. Where you're at right now in this main common area, there's a ton of students who are just having the rager of a lifetime.
Is there a microphone?
If I had a nickel,
There's no microphone. What you see
if I
is
had a nickel for every party I went to
an
in high
evocation
school,
and an
Jesus,
abjuration
what's
student
wrong
are
with
working
some using
together
my
to
liver
create,
summon
like,
the dead?
illusionary, like, bouncing light. I will actually give you there we go. As like the lights are shifting and fading around, you see like a lot of things are pumping, but what you guys know is there's no summoning circle here or up above, but apparently it's in this building. Mike, in looking for like Mike, a microphone. There is no microphone because you see they're just using like base, like quick cantrip-esque magic to just loud their voice, like a thaumaturgy or prestidigitation to just like talk.
Do you have any way to contact me?
Were you with me?
Yeah, we are. We're gonna
Yes,
split
you
up.
two were able to make it.
Pull Scooby-Doo.
Do you have a way to communicate with us
Yeah.
telepathically?
Other than sending.
Like
No.
You got some Giselle? I mean, gazelle?
I don't think it would be. Do you have any like quick blasts that you can shoot up in the air?
Oh, no.
Quick blast?
Yeah, anything to signal me for where you want.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna split up. If you find Facilier, try and get me and send me there.
Yeah.
Do it.
So,
We can't just pound though.
We're gonna split up and look for Facilier.
Okay. Both of you make me pure investigation. I'll tell you right now, the passive won't work just because of it's a little bit higher than 16. You get advantage with the nat 20, Mike. Again, you are like very keyed into the party. It's a human tactic thing. This is how mortals bond. Like this is how they work.
Am I able to do perception?
Yes, I say perception or investigation
I'm
works. Right now.
wrong. Oh, that's gone. It was a dirty.
Yeah,
20.
on the floor. Yeah.
No, 13.
13. Nick, looking through again, everyone's singing and dancing. You actually see maybe some of your stuff trading hands, right? Like, it's hard to tell though, because again, there's like elves and humans and dwarves and orcs and trolls and dark elves, and like the music keeps getting louder and everything, and you're trying to overhear everyone. Oh, what's going on?
I'm gonna grab a person. Is there a basement directly under this place?
See this dude. Yo, I mean, like, forward, man, but alright. Like,
Is that a yes or a no that there's an area directly?
oh, yeah.
Perf? Perfect.
Dude.
Can you take me down there?
Give me a pure persuasion check.
Oh
This
crap!
dude's like, all right. What'd you get, Mike?
Once again,
For investigation.
every time it's on the
I
carpet,
got a
it's like
14.
close to 20, and then I roll
14.
it on the book, and it's like a 3.
It's
I'd give you the
looking
help
through.
action.
Yeah, it's.
I want to try, seeing that I can't like spot anything. I want to try and get people's attention.
I mean, you are a little goblin.
Yes. What do you want to do to try to get attention?
So
9.
I run up to the guys, who are currently like doing the DJ stuff with the lights.
Casting the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, would you believe me if I said that there's a guy going to sacrifice all of you as souls to summon a demon?
You see one of you. Yeah, it's a cool prank, bro. But like,
Okay,
we got
and
a
then
party.
I look around, find something sparkly, and I just like stick it all over myself, and then I'm like, you lift me up there, you hit me with some lights.
Persuasion check with advantage.
Are you ready?
He's
Oh,
becoming
no!
the disco ball.
On a night, you see. Sorry, man. Listen,
Advantage.
I'm not into fox people. I'm more of like an orc guy. You know?
I get it.
Like,
I blitz.
muscly.
So-
Hey, Mike, as you leave.
So, could it be a performance?
Well, you're it's a persuasion because you're trying to get them to get you up.
Okay,
basically,
well,
first.
persuasion, that's 23.
Oh,
23.
that's still really good. I thought it was gonna be bad, and I was nervous.
16 plus 7.
Oh, jeez.
You see again. They're like, dude, crystal ball, my guy. Yo, Jonathan, get him up there. You see, you feel again the magic start living as you're like, yo, we got you.
And then I, like, stick my hands on the roof and, like, spin myself.
Boom. As the light hits you, Nick, you see this as what's obviously Mike is now spinning blank because everyone just. Wow! Huge cheer comes up. Everyone's suddenly looking like, yo, who brought a live crystal ball? Like full disco ball.
And then
You
What is
got
happening?
everyone's attention, Mike.
I thought this was your plan. Was if I
I'm
can't
looking for the
persuade them,
basement.
I would just
So, I want to now do a performance check and open up a bunch of screen canisters
Yo.
Okay.
to try and shock everybody out of party mode.
You will lose some screen, but it will give you advantage, hardcore, on a performance check to like stop the party.
That is.
Yeah.
You better dance. Make the night.
But if that doesn't work, I probably am just gonna cast Thunder.
Oh
I'll
god.
wait till we get back to the ship because I just realized something that Bubbles will probably do. Because you mentioned that after the book.
So that is a 28
A 28.
for a performance. Yeah.
Dude, 2 points away from 30.
Yo. Here's what I'll give you. Sorry, I'm trying to like pull this up for you. I thought I had my soundboard ready. As we're not going to. So
Yeah. So I kind of like see if I can spot you first, and then
Like,
I'm like up in the air, just like kind of spinning a little bit. Lights are
Screen
going everywhere,
canisters.
and then I'm like, if I like spot you, or can I roll to see if I can spot him and like give him a look?
spinning,
yes, yeah.
So,
You'd have 360 degrees of motion.
Well, that's a 19.
Jeez. His
dude,
rolls are crazy.
what are you?
You're
what do you
on
mean?
one, dude. This is amazing. You catch Nick immediately.
And I like give you a look of just like, and then I screen canisters, and like that was like a cue of like scream, run, do something.
Ah! I run out to the basement.
You run to the. Everyone else starts running out. Again, the scream as suddenly pure panic erupts in this party.
That's a lot of energy going on.
You could catch it.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm making a luck check for.
You're like, do I get
Oh,
some
Back,
back?
For-
back up.
What you
Supply
lose,
demand.
you do gain enough back. You get a little bit more back than what you would have lost. As within moments, you see a lot of screams again.
And I'm just like,
a lot of people just like, yo, it's the cops! Like, because someone immediately thinks that. A lot of paranoid high kids running out as fast as they can. Mike, as the scream starts subsiding, you quickly closing your canisters of what you're able to catch. Nick, the music has stopped. The lights have stopped. And as this all happens, you start running to the basement.
Soul energy gone.
By the way, genius.
Well done, Mike.
Absolute genius.
If I had a nickel for every single time a good roll from a bard ended a party that a man who bought my liver from me was trying to blend two worlds together and kill people,
Here's what you find.
I'd have 2 nickels.
Nick,
It's not love, but it's really weird that it happened twice.
you run down. You find the door to the basement without the people being here, running down completely.
Can I say that I left Kid on the ship, by the way? I don't really want to bring Kid into combat.
Yes, you can.
He's a goat.
Here's what you find. You run down this basement. The stairway goes down a couple times before it opens up. It is pitch black.
With the green hood and man, that's the same.
You see past these archways someone in a green hood, hands moving, shifting, pulling arcane magic. If you've seen Doctor Strange, it's that reality bends as he pulls.
Cool.
Shifting. Nick,
It is canon.
as you come in, you see those stepping out of the shadows. One, Dr. Facilier.
So, I would love to be looking as non-threatening as possible.
You see as he steps out past the
I have my
archway,
hands in my pockets, everything, just kind of walking towards him.
you see, you get about right there, you know, it's that natural then, like, as you stop, you just...
You need to pick up the pace, friend. You've made some powerful enemies.
You've made some powerfully wrong choices there, my fox friend.
Sorry, I don't think you know who I am. The boss sent me. I'm here to help you. You need to pick up the pace,
Really?
damn it.
The boss sent you. That's crazy, because you see he snaps his fingers. In a corner past, you see what seems to be like just a full-on kid. Like, simply kind of emerges. You see just staying there. He's got a staff leaning against. Unfortunately, he picked a bad boy. You see, just thought boss was here. Because we were just talking. We're doing fine.
Am I able to read anything on this kid?
This kid, dark eye bags, black hair down, very greasy, matted. You see he's leaning in this kind of like overcoat. Just...
It's the kid from Despicable
I
Me
look
2.
annoyed. I'm like, not that boss.
Also, his name's JoJo.
The boss. The god. Where are you getting these souls? You're a moron. I attempt to walk past him. I don't have time to deal with morons like you.
You go to walk past him. I need you to make me...
Do you even have permission for this?
No. It was like a levitation, so I probably got dropped.
You're dropped. You're just now like in that standing up, walking down.
I wish I was here.
Here's what's about to happen. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If you'd be so kind.
How much is your bardic?
D8.
D8. Yes, at level 5 is D8.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20. Boom. Spell passes. He just... Oh.
Can I look at him angrily? I say, you dare cast a spell on the messenger of a god.
Boy! As you see
This is
four
Facilier saying
dark
this?
shadows appear in these entryways. You dare talk to me, blasphemous messenger of the gods. Give you a chance. Run now with your tail between your legs, kid. You don't know who you're dealing with. These shadows, you see the shadows which you thought were just the darkness are peeling away from the wall, corporealizing in front of you, each with dark horns and shadows. Around this room again, you see torches and fireplace all dark as these things move around towards you as he's like, one last chance.
So have I gotten close to Facilier?
I'll say you got about there. Facilier took a step forward. As you see, he is still leveling a finger at you. You successfully succeeded on his first spell, but he is like...
How far away am I from the green figure?
The green figure, 10, 20, 30, about like 50 feet and through like the archways.
How close would I be to getting down here?
Mike, you... I'll say you're about halfway down the stairs. You have yet to come out, though, where it would, like, open up.
Have I found a specific component, for example, a liver, that the green guy has? Can I see anything?
Unfortunately, right now, whatever he's doing with his hands is already in motion.
Do I see any components, anything by him or anything? There's nothing, it's just him?
Nothing but his hands right now.
Okay.
You see as he is doing this.
Okay, so... Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just pulling up the game board.
I know, right?
Display.
Who the heck is the kid?
You see, he just... It's a shame. I don't like killing innocent people, but I do love it. Please roll initiative, everyone.
Could I? Alright.
He is doing something that then immediately... Like, the first spell was kind of a warning thing. This is now triggered an initiative of, like...
Oh, sorry.
I'm just gonna
I
roll on the
dropped my
table
dice,
from now on.
and it
That was almost
and then I
worse.
actually rolled
That
it
really was
and
worse.
still got a 2.
Oh god.
Nice.
For a total of 5.
I need to get a set for my character.
So,
Love that for me.
Each
Esmeralda,
time I
a
keep rolling on
total
the
of
floor and it's
5.
A
great,
total
and then I
of
roll
5.
anything else
Marlon,
and
what'd
it's
you
a
get?
bad roll.
6. Yikes. I will say it's not great. Your ship is fast, but you guys will have, unfortunately, about 3 rounds
Oh
before
Could
you
I
my
get
shoot
God.
myself out of a cannon to be faster? Is
Actually,
my
if we get
crystal ball
that-
strong enough?
Dear Lord, maybe.
We shouldn't take
Give me
that
the initiative
risk.
roll. So, Mike, you're just now entering because you see as these shadows start attacking everything, you are now in range. Phoebus did really well. He got a 19. Barbosa, what'd you get?
11.
11. Mike, what'd you get?
Oh, 9.
9. Wait, Nick, did I put you in? What'd you get?
15.
15. Yes, okay, I did get you. Sorry. Facilier goes then.
Do you have that initiative link? Correct?
I do. I'm about to throw it in the chat. That makes 5. That's great.
Great.
You guys. Copy world clipboard. Sorry, I have to like go through a bunch of these like weird hoops to get the.
Oh wait, going into the fight, I'll already be in my farmer dread because I rolled in that haste.
You already have the form of dread on. Yeah, that helps. I will say, yeah, you guys can be like prepping like bonus action stuff on your way
Oh, for
because
sure.
you know it's not like, oh shoot, like our 2 friends already went. Sorry, I am just off my game with the initiative tracker.
How much do we care about the university, and can we blow it up?
Can we just kill
Kill the
everything?
charges on our heads.
I mean,
Here we go.
You could pin the blame on me.
we could pin the blame on
Facilier.
or that.
God? Oh, you were just pointing up. I was like,
No,
God?
I was putting behind.
D&D is a
thousands.
fun game of who to
Jack.
pass blame to.
Yeah.
Here's the initiative tracker. For those then wondering about it, yes. First up, you have the shadows,
Gross.
then Phoebus, then Facilier, Nick, Hector, Mike, Marlon, and then Esmeralda.
They're both in front of me. Crap.
You do not know he's not in the initiative tracker, and excuse me, you should all be healthy because you were all able to take a long rest. That is my bad. I just healed everyone real quick, so that should update. So my bad. The other person, this kid, couldn't be more than 16, 17, really, Nick, by your eyes, isn't in the initiative because he is not doing anything. You see, he's, well, present, is just watching.
Got it. Perfect. That's what I was worried about.
At the beginning of
Whack hair
the
bags
turn,
He's JoJo from
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Beginning of the round, you all see appearing on the floor, spinning green pulsating circle
Oh, my
as
goodness.
We're against the clock here.
you are against the clock as some stuff has been prevented though with the people being gone, but Hans is starting this.
Wait, Hans from Frozen?
Hans, the guy, that's the wizard's name.
Okay.
Wait,
No.
This entire
Would I
time
know
I've been
this
imagining woohoo, big sip of blood, and I was like,
Big sip
why
of
is he
blood.
doing this?
We
What I
got
know-
souls, we got death, what do you want?
is this the same guy as my
I'm
last
the
memory?
man problem.
Wait, I
Nick.
thought Hans was the
Yeah,
Oh
also-
my god, yes,
These two
For some
guys.
reason in my brain I got him confused. And I was like,
Move
why is
up.
the big
Not
friendly
die.
dude so mean?
You see two shadows move up onto you. The other two are holding their actions. But
like
they
that.
run up to you and are going to try to attack.
Go for it.
That's a hit.
What is it?
That's a miss.
Okay.
Um,
I'm surprised one
Wait,
missed.
August. Just a question, like DM rules. Like, what's your take? During role play, do we expend spell slots when we're casting spells during role play?
depends. It went like during like downtime or like those kind of stuff. No. But during like day, like if it's something that like we know there's a combat or something, I will count them. So right now, I think everyone should have their full spell slots.
Okay,
Okay.
because technically speaking, I said that I can't
Nick,
represent
you
it.
take 12 points of damage.
Is it good before me the
And
Oh my gosh!
your strength score. Your strength score is reduced by 2.
Oh,
All of you, Mike, you're running downstairs. You see a shadow move up to Nick. Its hand goes straight through your chest,
He's gonna Indiana Jones you.
and you feel your life energy fade in. Nick, you now have a strength score of 11.
Oh! Wait, what's your strength?
that's my
13.
strength score.
Normally 13.
That doesn't affect
As
me.
you see, this shadow just
Disgusting, friend.
to the shadows don't do anything. Phoebus is helping pilot. He really can't prepare much as Phoebus is again booking you guys as fast as the ship will allow. And like readying like the ropes to so everyone can just get down. That makes Facilier's turn.
What does inspiration do again?
Inspiration, you give the D8 to someone to use.
Or the not bardic inspiration, the
Inspiration, that's something I give as a DM based off of like interesting stuff that
you
happens
gave
this
me
session.
one, but I
Free reroll. So here's what we're gonna do. Nick. Yeah, he can do that. It's his one day. I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
19.
Now he tastes colors.
I'm a
That's a hit.
tiger.
Can I use... Oh, it doesn't hit? Cool.
No, I mean it doesn't make it.
Oh, can I use Bardic?
You already used your body.
No, I didn't.
You didn't use it? Go for it.
It's a D8, right?
Oh yeah, the Dawson.
19 plus 7, so 26.
You succeed as what was dark chains wrapping around you. Move out of the way just in time as the chains crash into each other, sink into shadow. As you see, just dance, little fox, dance for me.
That's racist, it feels like.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is not cool.
It's culturally insensitive.
Nick, that is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to look at Dr. Facilier and say, okay, now I have time to breathe. It's a shame you let me get this close. I'm gonna take the disengage action. I'm gonna move through those pillars there.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, just so I move around. So 15, 20,
Do I think
25.
I'm gonna move behind one to the left behind that pillar,
So yeah,
so that I have full cover from Facilier from where he is.
gotcha. Yes, you do.
And then do I think that I'd be able to throw a dagger at the green guy?
Go for it.
Throw it at the kid. Throw it at the kid.
The kid ain't doing nothing. Oh my goodness! That could be the artificer the new guy's playing.
21.
21.
Lewis.
Oh. I was like, "Ooh."
No, he's definitely a master.
You throw a dagger. Go ahead and deal damage.
Do I get I sneak attack right?
You do get
My daughter.
no. Unfortunately, you are not hidden right now.
I did the lucky and
Dale.
he's
Sorry.
not focused.
Sorry, that's the
He
best way to
is
say it. I was
unfortunate.
like,
It's
after
something you would have
D&D
had to
session,
like.
Well,
I'm not.
session,
This is
hey,
actually
are you ready
important.
to
I
take-
know like no one else really is rogues.
There you
When it comes to like stealthing and rogues, you can basically make stealth checks anywhere because even if it's open ground, it's like, can I throw the sand to distract them and try to hide? Like that's fine. But as of right now, because you haven't made any action, Hans has clocked you
And then
as he's doing his spell.
I did use lucky on the attack roll. That was a type of advantage. Does that count?
Uh,
It did in the
no,
first
yeah.
campaign.
Lucky is something that like it's fun and helpful, but
Okay.
Shed some light on the subject.
A solid 4 damage.
solid 4. You see Hans like the knife like he is able to like sort of block it, so it just cuts across the shoulder, still keeps up with the spell.
Armando Salazar.
Barbosa, you are on the ship. You see
Barbie.
the kid in the corner.
Hi, I'm Barbie.
You see he turns kind of to Facilier. You see his neck just. Really? You're gonna let a stupid fox mess up the plan? You see Facilier turns. I don't see you helping, brat!
About the ship. I have a question.
But you see the kid, he's looking at you. There's like just contempt in his eyes. Not doing much though.
Thank
He's just
goodness.
watching.
Goop was always useless.
On the question of ship, do you think Marlin's fishbowl is dense enough to be shot?
Yeah.
with a
Shot.
cannon?
That's something.
We
Uh,
want to launch
That's
the
gonna be
fish.
on my turn.
that's on. Yes,
I
on
know,
your
so
turn.
that way, if we find out beforehand, I can be like, I'll help load.
Mike, you're walking down. You see Nick is like weaving
I'll
out
hold
shadows,
an action then.
chains coming up. You are right now, excuse me, when it would ended, not totally at the bottom of the stairs, but in that like you're seeing the room now. Again, everything very dark. These shadow creatures. As you run in, again, some of them look and clock you. Just in that like. What would you like to do?
So, I'm gonna bust in here, and I'm gonna try and go kind of down and past.
Like so 5.
I want to get within 60 feet of the green guy.
15, 20, 25, 30. So about 30 can get you there. Because it's also, you're jumping down. It's not enough to cause like a fall damage, but it's that like losing the speed, going down, running. 30 will get you there. So you're kind of seeing him from around the corner.
Half cover.
You've got about that, I would even say 3/4 cover from him, half cover from Facilier.
Yeah, can I cast Hold Person?
Yes, you can.
Hey, where's your icon?
Hold person, level 2. Here's what I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, Chad also wants to say like she's thought this person's loving the session. Everything's looking fun. They also agree. They say it's Goob, kill Goob.
They don't kill Goop, he's a redeemable villain.
Here's what's gonna happen.
He wanted to win a
Mike,
baseball game.
you do this. You see Facilier just he counter spells it.
Well, I just want to be human again, and I'm a villain. But Lumiere wants to be human again, and he's a hero.
Well, actually, I
It's about the way you go about
He
it,
tried to
you know?
burn a
That's how you go about it.
The
Lumiere
verse
went
says
for
there
the
must be
kill.
blood. What else am I supposed to do?
So Mike, that was just your action. Yeah, running down. You do still have bonus action. You can see Nick. It's that kind of like around the corner. He is there as well.
Is that Marlin?
Would this guy be making rolls to cast this spell? Or is
Yeah,
he-
it's something I.
Okay.
Not too metagaming, but yes, I have roles in place as
Okay.
he goes through.
Inspiration.
Because I wanted to use my skill Unsettling Words to
Ooh,
give him
yeah.
a minus Bardic Inspiration.
A
on
negative
his-
-6 from the next throw he makes. Yeah, I'll say. Because it's not
That's
exactly
a green guy,
saving
right?
throws, but it's something
Yeah.
that like you're using this as that bonus.
Just like something to kind of try and slow down whatever the heck he's doing, or
Hey, you look
Hold it
funny. What?
like, hey,
Go eat
green
a
guy, that's my color.
Green is an
It
abstract
doesn't
color that
work
anyone
for
can
you.
view. What are you talking about? Stop it! Shut up!
You don't wear green well.
What are you talking? I'm trying my best here. Mike, give me a perception check
You
while
look
you
like the
yell at
wizard
him.
from Oz.
Nice. Oz aware of how.
19.
Oh my god.
Where's Oz aware
Oh,
of
bless you,
this?
dice. I needed this today.
Chorus.
+3, 22.
22. You look as this guy's moving behind his back. There is a glowing, ethereal, magical arrow pointed just under the small of his neck.
Uh-oh.
And in looking, you see that this kid in the corner seems to be having it focused.
He's Yondu.
I don't have
What is focus?
There seems to be some sort of like ethereal arrow at the back of this mage Hans's neck,
This is
and it
Yondu
seems to be
Dante.
centered like from the kid in the corner.
Oh.
Like on that perception. Nick, you didn't see this because again, you went for the attack again. He's trying to dodge it, but as you're unsettling him, as this guy's looking already nervous, you're realizing part of it is probably coming from whatever's going on.
Nick, there's an evil arrow coming from
Sorry.
the guy's head.
Sorry.
Is
Isn't this just Yondu's arrow?
No.
Is this King Yondu?
inspired, but no.
Control.
Mary Poppins.
Marlin, it is your turn.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, he didn't get to fly his kite.
Exactly. He's not Mary
So
Poppins,
I'm
y'all.
going to try to go into one of the cannons and just shoot myself into the building where there were a lot of lights, presumably because.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, like the big like strobing lights. There's still lights on because there was a party. Go ahead. We're going to make
You want
a
me to launch it?
nautical check with advantage, given from like Barbosa, Jack, like other people, and like starting to load you in. A nautical check. It's an intelligence-based thing. So what you would need to do, Marlon, is unfortunately you're not proficient, but you would just still add +3 to both rolls.
Okay. So wait, what is Nautilus?
Nautilus, it's not one of the standard D&D, but it's we're grouping it under intelligence-based for our stuff.
I
So
really-
you'll add your +3.
Yeah, if I had known that, I would have done more.
For you,
intelligence,
for people like
I
Barbosa,
thought
once
this
you gain a
wisdom, like,
proficiency,
He's.
I just
Could
do it
he
so
give me the
confidently.
help action?
yeah. So you'll
Yeah,
have
I
this.
love the cannon,
Yeah.
I've never
That's
tried
what
it
Barbosa
on
and
my
Jack,
turn,
who
so-
know cannons, are helping like prime it so you don't just die
Remember
on
the
impact.
time we launched a couple? You launched a couple silverware out of one.
So yeah, and Jack like putting this in, pouring the powder. Barbosa, you're starting to get primed. So go ahead and make that roll twice.
Release the fish.
No,
You have to say
the
cannonball.
the fish
Exactly.
isn't threatening enough.
I got a 12.
12.
Release the kraken.
Exactly.
Jack would even be, and Hector as well. It might be another round, just because it's that like, if we blow you now, you blow up, because you're trying to be careful. I mean, you're trying to launch a crystal ball, which is like super fortified, but you also don't want it to explode on impact with you inside, which could kill you.
Good.
So it's that like, okay, yeah, you're in, but like, wait, we gotta reset powders. Like this doesn't look right.
Okay.
But you're well underway, but just not for this round. Esmeralda, that's making your check. Is there anything you just want a quick ban for trying to focus in
I'm
on?
definitely going to make sure that the animals are well below decks. I'm definitely making sure Phoebus is knowing where he's going. The best thing I can do is honestly have... What's the range on message?
Message has a better range than most.
It's 120 feet.
Yes.
Can I hold my action when we get into 120 feet to message Mike to be like, what's going on?
That'll be on your next turn, yes. Because, like, on your next turn, you'll be there. It's just, like, getting down the rope and using all that movement to get down to the
I've pulled
basement.
out my rapier. I've battened
But
down the
on your
hatches.
next turn, if you're
Hatchet
in the
down
canyon
back.
and make the check successfully, it's blowing your way down through and cutting a lot of that for you.
Yeah.
So, Esmeralda, yes, you are holding that, getting
That'll
ready.
bring a light to the moonlight.
That
Yeah,
makes
Facilier
the
will see.
next round. Here comes the check. -6.
Yay.
The spell does not progress.
Yes.
But you see it is still underway.
Going, but
It's
it's
hard,
slow.
like, unless something big happens, it's hard to just stop what he's doing because there's already been a lot of prep work. This is a summoning circle that exists for people to use, so it's like, while it is not progressing, it's not done.
He's crying while he's tweeting.
You see, he's not great. This dude is, though, sweat running down his face. He looks so stressed. That makes the shadows. 35, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, yep. This guy's coming up. Nick, Mike, these guys are doing stuff to you.
Oh no.
Please,
didn't
would
give that
both of you
permission.
make me
give him
charisma
permission.
saving throws?
Oh, you're good at that.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
I-
decent. I'm decent.
Okay. So you're not gonna die. Don't
But
die.
it's something, depending on what you get, you
Oh,
might
no.
have to make it twice.
8.
8?
Dude,
That wasn't a good
do you
reaction.
got any luck points?
This is the end of Nick. I mean, I could use a luck point, but I don't.
11.
Is this
Um,
something worth making a luck point on?
Both of you have
Is
failed.
it?
Oh no.
Um,
Guys.
Can I make some
I-
sort of inside check of if I should make a luck choice?
Gosh.
I am gonna do my inspiration. Now that
Yes, I would say you can
Okay.
use a luck point. So this would be your last luck point. This would be your inspiration.
I have one left after this.
well,
Come on. You can do it. No whammies, no whammies.
it's not an 11 now,
It's not 11.
21.
but it's not higher either.
Okay, 21. Nick,
What?
My luck's run out.
this first shadow reaches up into you as it tries to pass in you.
Oh.
Again.
And you move out of the way, brush it off.
No,
get
don't
up.
touch
You
me
really
there.
need to learn how to ask
This
for
is my
consent.
note square.
The second one's doing this as well, though. Please make that check again.
Come on!
Papa
Come
needs
on!
to-
Not one. I do have
I didn't
one
get
last
that
lucky
one
point.
Do you want to risk it?
Do you want to?
It depends on how. I don't know what it is. I think it's some type of whole person thing, so yeah.
Okay. Luck check.
14.
You do have.
14
I already used
barely
You
makes
already
it.
used
No!
You are now immune. Mike and Nick, you watch as a shadow passes into Mike. Past you here. As you see,
Yeah, sure,
Mike-
whatever.
Mike now has shadow and like
Guys,
ethereal
I
magic
swear if we lose
ripping
Mike,
off
I'm gonna
of
be
you.
so mad. I love you. You're great.
You are now incapacitated,
That'd be
Mike.
Very sad.
You have lost control of your body as you are now possessed.
Well,
Yeah!
We need a cleric.
but.
I was going to be a cleric. I was, yeah.
Fix
Not
it,
as,
like-
not as
Not as
Marlon.
Marlon.
I'm the only
Um,
person that has healing.
so-
He's my.
You
Uh,
are.
Mine,
No,
I'm thinking is like
no, no, no.
15.
We have a paladin.
Alberto.
Nick, that was just
Pirates.
the
Mine,
Shadow Low's turn.
I can't remember his
that you
costumes.
successfully succeeded.
There are stats to check.
Mike, you are now possessed.
Oh no, my spell.
Phoebus is driving you in. You guys see the campus building fast approaching. Again, this ship moves really fast. It's a magical ship. Phoebus takes his turn to do that.
Meow.
Nick, Facilier walks up behind you. Oh, what am I gonna do to you?
Oh.
All kinds of horrible things.
Before the accident.
Nick
Can
was
you
having a normal
please-
day until he wasn't.
Exactly. Sorry. I don't like the phrase
Where did
"that's
all my
what
life
she
go
said"
for this
because it's
dice?
uninspired in its comedy. Before the
So,
accident is more inspired and can be interpreted as a threat.
Before
And
the
then I
accident.
will
Like, I'm
here we
gonna
go.
make it
Nick,
hurt
would you
before
please
the
make me
accident.
a charisma
that's what she
saving throw?
Before the accident's better.
It
Who?
was on a 17 and then it moved to a 7, 10.
9.
10 total.
I failed every single charisma throw. They were all under 10. I can only survive for
charisma's a
so
lot
long,
higher.
boys. This is the end.
I'm almost there!
Please just be damaged. Please just be damaged. Please just be
You
damaged.
guys watch. Mike, out of your eye, but you can't move. Facilier comes up to
Please
you,
just be damaged.
draws out a purple gemstone,
Oh.
and
Crap.
just
You frog.
mine.
Dominate
Nick, your
person.
body shrinks down, and you feel yourself pulled into the gemstone. You see yourself, you feel the crystal, you have been imprisoned.
Is that?
You are
thinking of a wrong spell.
That is a 9th level
Why are
spell.
we
Yeah, I was
facing
gonna say.
him?
He used a 9th level spell to just put you in a gem.
And we're here why?
As that was one of his big things. But just to make
17th
sure
level
you're
character. Party of fives. How many 5th
Um,
graders will it take to beat up this guy?
how many 5th graders?
Well, I drastically misread the situation.
Nick, you are in the crystal Facilier is holding. That makes
Well,
Barbosa, Mike, Marlin, is your
Yeah.
turn.
does
Please
this
make
guy-
me another 2 checks.
Okay.
As you, Nick, you pound.
I'm out.
You watch as Mike, you move. Oh, I gotta take both of you.
Do I roll to do
It's
an
average.
escape thing? Or
So here's what happens. On the end of your turn, because I rose, yes, this technically happens before Marlin. You can make me another. Otherwise, holy crap! Wait a second. You can't make a check for this. Other stuff has to act upon you. I misread that. I'm so sorry.
rest in peace.
Facilier
Both of us are
moves.
out.
You guys watch as these shadows take position. Mike, you stand there. This shadow is going to then move around. This is what's happening, Nick, that you're seeing.
Surprise.
Marlon,
You failed.
Okay, I got a 17.
Oh, dang. Please tell me this one works.
Sparrow. Turn. Are you ready, my little friend?
As ready as I'll ever be.
I'll see you down there.
Watch.
That's a.
Bon voyage!
No, wait, there's one more thing.
Boom! As you are slammed through, I'm gonna make a pure luck check on where you explode into this basement. Okay.
Nat 20. This guy right in the face.
You
In the middle of the circle.
Please tell me you just take out Facilier
boom,
right on.
slam down in.
So
right
while I'm
behind
there,
him.
could I do my action?
Yes,
Okay.
because
Does
that
it
was
mean,
just
like,
basically
I
your
won?
movement. You're just like stuck there. I will say though, just as an unfortunate side effect, there will be 4 points of damage I'm gonna give you,
That's
just
fine.
based off of. It wasn't like a perfect DC to like not take damage, which was a goal, of course. But there's always stuff that happens in a cannon, you know.
Mhm.
But yes, you can still take your action.
So, I have a question. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy, but it says that if I cast it multiple times, I can have up to 3 of its minute effects. Could I have stockpiled those before I launched?
Yes, I will say you can. Because again, like with all you, you're trying to prep for this as you go.
Yeah. Okay, so the 3 I'm going to choose are my voice is going to be 3 times as loud.
Ooh.
I'm going to create harmless tremors on the ground for 1 minute. And I'm going to create some noise. And I'm going to choose the crashing of the sea around everyone. So it seems like something ethereal is coming. here. And with that, I'm going to make myself as big as possible with
Release
all
the Kraken.
of these tentacles. And I'm just going to... and with that check I made with you, August, to see if
Here, unplug your phone, huh?
Davy Jones can speak through me, I'm going to just let loose and yell this.
It's only at 19.
Okay.
Do you fear death?
Instead, do this.
Please make me
Oh, I had more.
intimidation with advantage already.
Oh! Oh!
As all this prepped.
That dark abyss! And are you prepared for what comes after? I am the sea! You have no right to play with lives!
Go ahead. As
That, what are the modifiers? Oh, intimidation?
Roll twice, take the higher.
Yep.
Yes! Hot Simmer the Kraken!
Okay, so I got a 21.
21.
Do you fear death? Are you meant to play with lives?
You turn. Facilier has dropped to his knees. Fear of gods in his eyes. As green light explodes.
Jones, listen. We had time. We all had our deals. You know, some people just get busy. I promised I was never going to come back for you. I promised that was never the deal. What are you doing here, Jones? I thought this was a part of our deal. Please, no, sir.
I'm gonna move one of my tentacles towards him and strike. Grab him, bring him towards me. And I'm just going to look at the transmutation. I don't care about him, I'm gonna throw him to the wall.
You throw him in. Facilier is afraid of you. I'm giving the fear condition. He is not doing anything.
Does that mean all of
It's
his,
just Ghosty Boy's concentration.
He's gonna try to get away from
yeah,
you.
is his concentration destroyed?
So those ghosts unfortunately have their own concentrations is the problem. That's why I had to check. So I'm like, is it a saving throw for him or you? These ghosts have their own. As you throw him aside, boom! Facilier cannot attack you. You see as mist swirls around.
And there's also the sound of the sea. Everyone's hearing it.
All of you see
Dominatrix?
dark.
The ground is shaking.
As you are all in this, here's what happens. Facilier can't do garbage. Anything I had planned for, because you're the only one here. Therefore, the shadows don't seem to be doing much either. As again, everything's looking at this now entity, this god that has appeared, this eldritch being.
I was like,
Hans is still going to make his roll though at the end of the turn.
Can I
Because
look
again,
at
as
Facilier, point at him, and point at me like?
you're in the jet, as you're.
Yep, that's
I'm
mine.
gonna try to be blood. That's my boss.
Or can he even see me?
No, it's hard. Like people could see it if they're looking.
He can't.
Facilier's very much looking at this
But
like.
does he believe that he was the messenger?
It's more like he. I mean, you just kind of heard and guessed from it. This dude seems to have a pact, or some sort of deal, and is now freaking out. Like, shit, is my time up?
Like Jack.
You guys watch as appearing now, as the spell continues, a new layer.
It's yellow.
Yes.
Disgusting.
As the spell shift, yellow arcane energy now crackling, it has moved into a form. Hans still has to work. He's freaked out because everyone's looking at this.
Oh, wait, can Facilier take damage from that?
Yes. Oh, I did give him a little bit of damage from just like pure fear and throwing him. Yes.
Okay, good.
As this happens, second turn. Here makes the third turn as, unfortunately though, Marlon, you're the only one that can act in this initiative. This final round of, as like Esmeralda, Phoebus, Barbosa, Jack, you guys are all sliding down the ropes, running down.
My
as fast
thought
as you
is
Did my
the
message
longboats.
spell go off?
oh, to Mike?
To Mike. I literally said, what is going on?
Yes, Mike, you get that, but you are not in control of your body and can't respond.
But I have a question
What do
about
we
the
get?
Isn't
long
it just like a mind thing?
It's a Mike. So you hear this,
question.
but to respond back, you would have to do a
point.
point and talk back. So
Question.
Mike can hear this.
Sorry.
Yes,
About
Barbosa.
the longboats. There's a hole. Is it big enough?
Oh, the hole in the stairs through the.
Is it big enough for a longboat?
No.
No.
Rats!
Well, I see what you're saying. It would still be that same amount of time, even.
Yeah,
To, like, the,
just
Form
We
of dread,
can
skeleton on a
make the
rowboat
boat bigger.
crashing down.
Yeah. It's something that's like, even to get down, whether ropes or longboat, it's still going to be the same time frame.
Still, there'll be a skeleton sliding down
So,
a rope.
as these-
Montero, call me by your name style.
The third round has started.
Oh, to kill
The
you.
shadows are looking weird. Nick and Marlon, you see, the shadows don't know what to do.
Am I able to see?
Yeah, you can see out of the crystal. It's just things really can't see you. in there. Like, if something really looked, they could see you, but it's like, huh?
Okay.
All of you, the shadows have to see if they're smart enough to attack you.
At this way.
So they
Doesn't
visit
matter.
actually David
Yeah.
Jones, right?
Yes.
Gracias.
One shadow is going to come up and just
Arigato.
try to attack. Misses though. You see as it swings, shadow passes you, just tentacles get sprouting everywhere. This shadow looks pissed and like as it can't touch you and not sure why. That makes the shadow. Phoebus is running down, so Phoebus is now in. Facilier is going to look, see Phoebus.
Ah! Leave
She's
my
going
boyfriend
to
alone.
run up as he can't move towards you, but is dealing 5 points of damage to Phoebus.
Ow.
As you see, he comes up with a cane, just like, stay out! Boom! Slams Phoebus as again, upside of the head.
I like to think if
Nick-
you just took it and was like,
Unfortunately, for all intents and purposes, you are out of combat, but
Basically dead.
you are watching this.
we're not dead.
You're still alive.
We just got a special.
Barbosa, you arrive in combat.
You can't see me.
Does Facilier see?
Unfortunately, Achilles can't get
no, that's
down the
fine.
stairs. Sorry.
That's fine.
Was supposed to say that for Phoebus' turn.
Does Facilier see me?
We can't take
Yes. Oh, he sees you. Just
God,
in a-
so just.
get him! As he sees you and Phoebus coming in, the shadows turn, see you guys. It's very
Mike.
Mike's turn.
No.
Mike, I have to always remember to do this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You should have
Mike.
thrown something at me.
Oh,
You
don't
come
you
up to
worry.
Barbosa.
I've got a plan.
Woo! Barbosa,
Correct.
you take 12 points of damage.
Plan was too slow.
Cool, that's all my temp HP. I'm now onto base.
Oh right, you had that.
I rolled max for Form of Dread. and
So
I'm happy
you're at
about
base,
that.
but you still take. Oh my gosh, Barbosa, your strength score is now 9, as it is depleted by 3. You guys see Shadow up into Barbosa through the bones, and you
No
watch
save.
black gunk just starts to form in the eyes.
Nice, no save. That is holy they.
They hit. And it happens.
Okay.
Barbosa, this happens to you. Mike, that's your turn of just doing this. Marlon, that is your turn.
Okay. Could I make a quick Arcana check just to see how long the ritual's going for and how long?
Yeah. Free check of like, okay, shoot, is this good? Is this bad? Like, what could happen?
Okay.
Any news on Honda?
This is lopsided. It's not.
Do you want me to get
I
some
can
paper?
imagine that Hondo
fold
at
it
this
and
point
make
is
it
just
even,
crying.
or should I
He's
put
just,
I could just
he's
do
just
that.
stressed. He's crying.
My
He's
dude,
having a mental
like
breakdown.
any
That's-
student doing a
that's the
project,
heathen's
please
act.
stop.
I got a 13.
13.
I just want sleep.
Shoot, the spell's been going a while, and so it's like, this could be good or bad.
I call the kid.
Okay.
What do you
Goob,
mean?
you're going down.
So
We don't
Marlon,
know
that's
if
just
it's
a free
Goob or
check. So
not.
you still have
Yeah,
action
Goob.
movement and bonus.
So
He's got an
I'm
arrow.
gonna
It
look
could be
over
yonder.
at Phoebus and
It's
Barbosa.
not
I'm gonna
yonder.
say, help the others, and then I'm going to try to make an acrobatics check. Tentacles on the top of those arches,
Yeah.
and swing over to do that extra movement speed. Oh, actually, no. I had a different idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to cast Create Water.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And I
Adding
can
some
do
real
up to
effects.
40 gallons of water
Holy
Yeah.
shit. I forgot
in
about that.
a 40-foot, no, 35-foot cube.
Yeah.
Where?
So I'm just going to try to use my swimming speed to go even faster with my tentacles and just swim through the water that I've created. And try to get to the ritual.
I will say this. You'll be trying to move through shadow, but I will say using the spell, that will give them that disadvantage of a difficult terrain to try to hit you with moving water. I think that's really cool. So
Aqua
the
Jet.
yeah, it's like, Aqua Jetting through, basically. You're a Pokemon.
Let's go.
Marlon used
I
Aqua
choose
Jet.
you.
Use fear of God! Use the fear of God. It was
Marlon's a
super
dark
effective.
type.
Not really God, more like
Water.
the devil or Chiron.
The first one misses you completely. The second one that would be in your way
Dang it, I knew it was
misses as well. As you guys watch, water erupts through.
And there's little like purple streaks in the
5,
water
10,
because I'm
15,
moving
20,
so
25.
fast in the stream.
You can make it all the way up to the summoning circle.
Surf's up, dude!
Again, water and purple light, boom, bursting through. Water's kind of staying, it's slowly receding on the floor. You make it completely through up to that summoning circle.
And for that bonus action, I'm going to do that Tentacle of the Deep's attack.
On Hans?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like it's this one. Yes.
18.
18 hits.
Okay, so that's 1d8 plus 2.
Wanna borrow some of mine?
6 damage.
6 damage. Hans already is starting to look a little hurt. As you see, again, boom, slamming with the tentacle, already the knife. You can tell he's not, like, strong, like, full of hit points. This is a dude just, like, who's practiced magic for so long. So already, he's looking bad.
I could have just hit him.
Thrown something at
As
Yeah, he doesn't
Marlon,
seem very,
you
he's
come
a
in.
skinny dude.
Esmeralda, that then makes you...
Apricots.
Excuse me, I just
He's
realized
not having.
Jack is not in the initiative order. I thought I had put him in.
Wait, what about
Jackie,
Terry?
my boy.
My buddy Jack, what's he gonna do?
No, Jack Sparrow.
My monkey though, would he be with me?
Yes, I will say.
And can't forget Terry.
I should have said them.
We want Terry to stay safe.
Jack Sparrow, I'm going to add
Terry's
him
the
to the
pet.
initiative
He's
order.
our mascot. He stays safe.
Jeez,
Our
Louise.
mascot.
Jack acts first in the initiative
Terry,
order.
the mascot of
So,
the Lost Ones.
Jack's been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack, what'd you get here, bud?
What are you talking about? You guys have all made it to the initiative now. That makes the start, though.
Help me.
Here
I'll
comes
get you out of the door.
the first, here comes the check, though. Jeez Louise. It's progressing fast.
Oh
As coming through,
Ah!
the light now has become red and pulsating fastest. No arcane check needed, Marlon. This spell is reaching critical mass for whatever he's doing. It's hard to tell. As you're close, things seem so discordant in this summoning circle. Even Hans's fingers start looking fast, if that makes sense.
Shadow, Phoebus.
Could I make a history / arcana check on him to see how he learned this?
Yes, on your turn, that's something perfect as that free check. Here's what's going to happen. So that makes Jack first in the initiative. He's going to look around and start writing down. Jack takes kind of a defensive defensive position over here by some of these sconces. And you see he pulls out a gun, just kind of levels it. Pistol goes off wild, misses.
You got to have a little help to that.
The shadows will go. Mike, one of the shadows is currently acting on your turn. The shadows are going to move. One is still close enough to you, Marlon, that it just moves down. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That shadow can't do nothing. 15, 20, 25. Another one comes up to you, Barbosa.
Yeah.
Barb.
And Marlon. Marlon, that one crit on you.
My AC is 15.
Yeah. Barbosa, you take a total of 9 points of damage.
9.
And
Oh, got it. No damage.
Barbosa, your strength score is now decreased by 2 as well. You are now at a strength of 7. You guys watch. The black goo and gunk around his eyes is now forming much faster. As even in this undead form, you see Barbosa's starting to look weaker.
The last remaining bits of flesh.
Marlon. Marlon, you take 21 points of damage.
Wait a minute. A crit is times 2. Or do you do the roll 2?
I do roll twice. But Marlon,
So
your
roll
strength
that.
score minuses by 3. You have now a strength of 6.
Negative
Oh.
4.
I thought you were at 9.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're straight. So you have 6
modified.
strengths, not modified. As 6 strength, Marlon, you feel black gunk in this like fishbowl and through your tentacles start seeping and oozing out of you. As this shadow into you, you feel just that strength ripping.
Stay awake!
Okay.
Yes.
Samuel says that if we're still going when he leaves, he will come over.
Awesome. We depends. Phoebus is going to. He's got either Facilier or Mike.
I'm just gonna say focus on Facilier because I have an idea.
He's going to come
Rats, I'm gonna have
for
to
Mike.
push past him.
Just because he's not dumb, he says he's gonna save a friend. Comes over. Kid you not, that was a natural 1.
Dang, it's
As
good-hearted
Mike,
nature. That
you
blocks
feel
my plan.
Vroom, vroom, shadow just rips around you as you are unable
Phoebus,
to
darling, you could do
get
better.
hit. Phoebus is trying his best with the sword. That makes Facilier. Facilier keeps looking back at Marlon. You see he's trying to make sure he's nowhere close. Barbosa.
Dang it, Phoebus. Your good-hearted nature took away the perfect vantage spot I have, and now I'd have to
still
either
right next
shove to
to
get
you.
past him or
Barbosa.
take an opportunity of attack.
One
Right,
creature.
okay.
Excuse
I'm
me.
still next to you.
I thought this was a range.
The spell's almost about to blast. Eldritch Blast.
No, it's only. Excuse me. Coin flip.
Oh no, rats.
Esmeralda,
This is
please make
broken.
me a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck. Okay. Sorry. I have
Welcome
PTSD
to the
with
dark
wisdom
side.
saving throws for my
Oh, my
other
copy of Star
campaign.
Wars Saga finally came in.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
The visuals are to die for.
Yep.
Why?
It's beautiful.
That, my dear friend, is a 7.
7.
I'm not even down there yet, am I?
You are about to take 76 points of damage.
76 damage.
What?
No, 76.
Hallelujah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
more manageable.
I'm the only healer.
Guys,
Well,
help!
I would just scare off Facilier and say get your shadows off him, but I need to stop this thing from happening.
That's my plan, and
My hands are
Phoebus
kinda
took my
tied.
perfect
8,
vantage spot where I could step in, shoot him,
18,
and get out.
28.
Seriously, Jack's pistol most likely won't have the range. My Eldritch
30.
Blast still has a pistol and has better
As soon
range.
as it's my turn, I'm
Esmeralda, you take 31 points of psychic damage.
Ow!
Um,
Ow!
honestly, Cecily, you hear as just in your ears and mind, leave, 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 as
Ah!
dissonant whispers rips into your mind.
I have that spell.
Ah!
Nick, you are watching this happen. You see Esmeralda clutching, Phoebus slashing up against everything as you are just waiting. I'm so
Guys,
sorry.
I went from 43 hit points to 12.
Oh,
I'm
Barbosa, that is your turn.
Dang you, Phoebus. That was the perfect vantage spot to shoot him with a bullet. But I'm going to risk an opportunity of attack, go between Phoebus and Esmeralda. Risk it from...
From the both shadows.
Oh, wait, both?
yeah. There's me.
Mike is a
I'm,
shadow
like,
right
right
now.
next to you.
Wazowski.
Could I push past Phoebus?
You can go through allied squares.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go past Phoebus to Esmeralda, staying within Mike's range.
Doing that though, still
No, still within Mike's range.
You.
Yeah.
you can't push past to go over there
I'm
without.
below Phoebus.
these are enemies.
Yeah,
right now.
past Phoebus. He said I can move through allied space.
Yeah, so you can move to here.
That's what I'm saying. There.
Okay, so only one shadow
Exactly.
could attack you. Sorry, I thought you were going. That's a hit.
Before I do, I'm going to use my bonus action, Fighting Spirit, give myself 5 temporary hit points, and give me advantage.
Cool.
On
Those 5 are
attacks
immediately
for the rest of
gone.
the turn.
You take 7 other hit points worth of damage.
Okay, that's 2.
As you lose another point of strength, Barbosa.
Sweet, that's 6. Okay,
You and Marlon are
I
at
now
6 strength.
have a vantage spot. I'm going to shoot at this green headband with Bolt Blast, my Eldritch Blast, advantage from that. Just
2. You don't get
Like, what my
advantage.
circle's
what?
gonna be?
You
I was
just
like,
can hit.
I can't.
That's
It's
from my
good.
ability.
They're too broken.
Which
Fighting
ability?
Spirit. Fighting Spirit, bonus advantage. Bonus action advantage on attack rolls. 5 temporary hit points, and I can use it 3 times per long rest.
No.
Yes, okay, excuse me. Yeah, that's what you. I didn't realize fighting it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize fighting spirit also gave you an advantage, but that
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense.
its main bonus. Okay,
And then it can
Uh,
climb.
this is the
There's
Barbosa
nothing
set, this is the Ben set.
Chat's funny. Some people, who left and came back are like, "What happened? Wait, what? What happened?"
I've been possessed and no one has
Mike's
helped me.
possessed. Nick's in a crystal.
Facilier thinks I'm Davy Jones.
What happened?
And I just rolled 2 17s with the advantage separately.
Go ahead and roll damage.
And that,
Samuel might join us soon.
and then that is plus, what?
I
Plus
think they're closing right now.
8,
You should be.
10. I rolled the same damage die on both of them.
Yo, how
so
much?
20.
Hans is looking bloodied. He's not
Yeah,
looking great. Oh, right.
Is it
boom, boom.
is it a Constitution save though to
Mike.
maintain concentration?
And Mike
No,
is still
Mike, you would,
possessed, so
yeah, because you
he's
couldn't
going
resist.
to
So
stab
Marlon,
No, concentration for the wizard.
I'm gonna
For what?
Stab.
Because I shot him, he was focusing on spell. Would that break his
Yes.
concentration?
no, because he's giving everything to. It's if this was like normal spell work where you're trying to cast spell, he has already ritually prepared this. This is just going through the spell, if that makes sense.
So the spell would still be going even if he was like unconscious.
If he was unconscious, it would stop. But in terms of like concentration, it's like when you ritual cast something, and then it's like, oh, I'm just now doing the final actions since it's going. If you stop him, if he's unconscious, incapacitated, blah blah blah, it can stop. This is more just like just hurting him though isn't gonna do enough to stop him. That does a lot of damage though. He's not looking great. I need to keep that up.
Then it's me to attack.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah,
Mike
yeah,
Wazowski.
whatever, kid.
Very good.
Yikes.
I got a good one. It'll bring down the house. Front flips on someone.
Phoebus. Phoebus takes, yikes, 13 points of damage.
Stop dying.
And
He's a
his
fighter
strength
Like me, we'll
score.
be fine.
Yikes. Phoebus goes from
myself.
16 to 15 strength points as you see the black ink
Guys, I
forming
don't-
around the eyes.
We need
I
greater
don't do
restoration, you
what-
guys.
He's got
We
second
need help.
wind, I got second wind. We'll hold on.
Mike, you see yourself doing this and just like that. Ah!
Sully here yet?
Sully.
Sully.
That would be our Deus Ex Machina.
Can
This
you
bear
imagine
bursts in the
this
wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah! Marlon, that is you.
Okay.
Get
You
lost
are
ball,
down
man.
here.
I'm debating whether or not to.
You can also give me an Arcana or Perception from what you've started seeing in this.
Oh
spell.
yeah. I want to see more about this. What's his name? Hans fella. Like, what's his shtick? That is a nat one. So.
He's
This
good
is
man.
a wizard.
Cool.
As the kids say, he does magic tricks.
And I give funny words.
It's hard. Like
man.
I will say this again on just base like passive perception. Like this circle is getting so chaotic in terms of its magic. Like everything is moving so fast and quick. It's looking blurrish. Like even the bullets that like Barbosa shooting, those like eldritch magic bullets are just flying it through at just such a fast pace that this circle seems absolutely unhinged.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to cast Toll the Dead onto Hans.
Yo. Get him.
So you point one creature you see within range. The target must succeed a Wisdom saving throw, or take 1d12 necrotic damage. Because
Wisdom
he's
save,
already
though.
taken- Yep.
He fails.
Yes.
He's already taken damage, so he will take 1d12. I will tell you right now, this could do it.
This could do it.
Why didn't I just focus on
Why
him?
did I just? He is a mage. While extremely powerful, can't take hits.
I was like, the save is the DC's at like 20, 19, and
6.
20. I was like, surely he
You-
has HP.
Hans, labored breathing, still stands though.
All right.
Oh,
I have a
Hans.
bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to do my just another Tentacle of the Deeps attack.
How much damage can that do? I think it's
1d8 plus 2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
So
That's a
roll
good
it.
amount of
Step
damage.
aside while you roll that.
I'm gonna use the table.
This is the table.
Or is this a box of doom?
Not yet. I mean, this
So this won't kill him.
15.
15 damage or 15 to hit?
15 to hit.
15 hits. Alright. That works. This is where Box of Doom comes in. You're gonna
It already
roll a
has
d8.
+2.
It has a +2.
Oh, we have a D8.
This is pretty cool.
Where's my D8?
This guy.
I do have d8s if you need them
That's
to.
Oh, you wanna
not
borrow
my
it?
D8. This is my D8.
That's your D8. Got it.
Okay.
I was like, hey, so you
Okay,
want
ready?
And while I'm doing this, my eyes glowing nautilus purple mixed with greens, tattoos flashing at this moment, tentacles writhing, the tattoos upon my tentacles also flashing. And I go in for the attack. I try to grab him with my clutch
Yep.
and strangle him.
10
10
damage.
points of damage.
Full necessary
Nice.
needed.
Smacky wacky.
He needed the full amount of points to get him.
You mess with
As
the
Hans-
fish, you get the fish.
Don't ever play with lives. I just
As-
crush him with my
Crush
tentacle
him.
grasp.
Hans falls.
Yeah! Woo!
Here's what's gonna happen.
Oh wait, we're still dying.
There's still a lot going on.
Kill Goob!
Child
This is where
boss.
I've got a legendary action's gonna happen at the end of your turn now.
The end of my turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Because again, that bonus action doing everything. As
Can
this-
I do my movement?
Oh
Just
yeah.
to go back to where the group is.
Yeah, so like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you know, getting back into this kind of
Blank
battle.
Mike Wazowski.
You forgot the child.
The child. As
Jack,
this
you got the
child,
Oh,
he is
I
going
forgot
to
the
do a
child.
legendary
Jack has
action.
experience dealing with evil
That
kids.
arrow
Oh
doe.
my goodness!
The arrow dissipates the second Hans falls.
Oh.
As this kid, you see he's bringing out 2 vials from his coat.
Oh.
And you all see that these vials have
Is one of them
swirling,
familiar?
swirling black, chaotic creatures inside.
I can't believe I
The
forgot.
first one succeeds.
Crap.
The second one succeeds. The wrong music started playing. Here we go. Perfect. As dark, shadowy shapes circle towards this summoning circle.
Crap! I should have stayed.
The souls.
Y'all should have let me free.
As you see,
Well, I was trying to get you free.
here's then, this is going to be a pure luck check, though. It's going to be Box of Doom. It's,
We want higher
50-50. Either one's
Wait.
technically bad.
Didn't you say that his luck ability could also give?
Use the last luck.
I'm fully out, and it's only on stuff about me.
Lord Jesus, help us with
I
this.
can't speak, so I can't.
That
do
is
this.
a 15.
Uh,
AKA
As you see,
bad luck for us.
guys, We gotta get out of here.
Shadow becomes bone, becomes flesh, becomes fur. As one of these inky black shadows that is swirling around forms into the shape of a giant, monstrous bear.
Jack, yep.
All of you see the circle is flickering now, though, as the spell seems to be about to break. And what you see, though, Marlin best, but all of you see, like as if someone was taking a process photo shot, the body is moving rapidly, as if growing.
Jack,
Like
get
exponential
your
rate.
arse out of there.
That was a legendary action to uncork the bottles, but unfortunately, that will happen on the next turn through, unless something can finish off the circle.
How do we finish that
Esmeralda,
circle?
it is your turn.
Break it.
Or we need to kill the kid or something.
I don't think we can kill the kid that fast.
We
I don't think we can kill the kid fast. It takes time.
Trust me, I tried to kill a kid once. That guy was resilient.
Oh my goodness. I have a good idea.
All right, Esmeralda. So this is you. Everything has just happened. You see this bear forming. Dark, rumbling, thunderous roar comes from it.
Oh, Lily, help us. Oh, we're all gonna die.
Lily, help us!
Not to.
Please.
Wait, can't that be?
Could Lily help us?
Perhaps. I don't know.
Would it
do you wanna
sound more if it comes from a follower or from a man who's changed his heart?
Actually,
What do you think the god would listen to more? A man who's turned his ways?
Oh no.
Or a follower?
You no. You and Marlon are still dark warlocks. I don't think that looks great on a resume.
Tia Dalma owed me one, okay?
5
I
years
saved her
experience.
life, she saved
I'm
mine.
a team player. I've sold my soul only once.
Yeah, come on.
Yes.
She just repaid an old favor.
would it be a free check to pray to Lily?
It would be a free religion check to pray to Lily.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's see if
Help us.
Okay,
this is fun.
this is fine.
And the Father, the Son, Holy Ghost, head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Hey,
Head, strength,
Macaria.
pulse.
I don't have good religion. That is a solid 10.
Solid 10 though. Solid 10.
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We can pray.
Yeah.
I do see the chat, but you don't see it.
What do they say?
Oh, it's
Go,
fun
go
stuff.
on.
Oh,
Oh, I know.
I
actually know what the
you send out a prayer. Not much is coming back though. Again, so much darkness
It
and
does
chaos.
give me a bit of strength, and I'm going to use my action to. There's so much going on in front
There's a
of me.
lot. Like there's stuff in front of you. There's stuff going on behind the arches. There's stuff everywhere in this room.
Okay, bonus action disengage.
Okay.
I'm going to run around to the other corner of the room, use my full movement to get as close as I can to the arcade circle.
8. Wait. Sorry. Because you could go like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I would say like 30, you can see it through the circle, through the
Okay.
archway.
Is the circle within 60 feet of me?
It is within 60 feet.
Can I cast? It's a cantrip. Ray of Frost. Would that? Do I know if that would do anything, or does that have to be a creature?
Could do something. You don't know. It's I say it. This is one of the little mean DM moments. You gotta try it and see what happens. Like you have to commit and then see if it can
All right.
work.
I'm gonna slam my hand on the ground, cast Ray of Frost. Just this ice sheet stretches forward. I'm trying to disrupt the arcane sigils.
Here's what happens. You're going to make a ranged spell attack.
Okay.
In the box to do.
Could I give the help action because I already did a lot to this? With my a minute's still passing.
Yeah.
My tremors and my sound of the waves are still happening. I still have a
You
loud
know?
voice.
It's because of the water. Everything you've done before, I would say yes, because the Ray of Frost is like making use of the water already still on the ground that's slowly starting to like pool away from the truck. I will give you advantage on this, on a Ray of Frost. The situations in the room help. C3. Okay.
Praying is a free
That
action.
is. I don't know if I add anything to that.
It's
I do.
1d8.
It's +4.
Crying is
Oh,
a
plus
free
4.
action too, you know.
Please roll me a d8.
Okay.
I will tell you, you need a 7 or an 8 to break the circle. In terms of damage. This isn't a, big object, but you need at least a damage threshold of 7. So a 7 or an 8.
One second.
Well,
I gotta
it's
clear the
all on
board.
you.
It's all on you.
I gotta clear the board.
If not, I do have one last Hail Mary. I have not sold my sleeves. I was given a blessing to activate my personal
Well, it's 1d. Technically, it's 2d8.
It is 2d8 too.
But that's a 7.
That's already enough.
Okay. Cool.
As chat says, rule of cool also.
Yeah!
Rule of cool.
Rule of cool!
Esmeralda.
Yes.
As insane ice
Well,
cracks
my eyes
down
glow when I do
through.
it too.
Your eyes start glowing arcane blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
As breaking the circle.
Fuzzy Wuzzy
What
was
you
a
see
bear.
for a moment appearing of another figure becomes shadow once more.
Well, there goes my connection to Shell Frank.
This shadowy figure, is now.
Also possesses my
You see, this other figure looks dark and shadowy, almost like purely, unfortunately, just shadow now. He missed his shot.
By the way, I don't know if this does anything. The speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. I don't know if that does anything.
It doesn't do much to the circle. It's you just needed the damage threshold to break.
Are both of the things shadow? Or are they all
This-
physical form?
The bear has physical form.
Fuzzy Wuzzy's fuzzy!
Fuzzy Wuzzy is
Oh,
ready
sweet
to
lordy.
murder.
Oh, heaven,
You see though,
and the gods above.
full power.
as end of his turn,
No idea.
this
Just
kid walks over. The circle is broken. Sees you, Esmeralda. You see just
He'll throw a temper tantrum.
teleports away
Of course he does.
with the bear and the shadow, but takes both of those away.
Well, at least I destroyed one of them. Let's go.
Is Facilier still there?
Facilier's still here.
Take him hostage.
You see,
him!
he looks
No, don't
around,
kill him.
because he just like, what the hell? We had a deal.
To who is he talking this to?
Deal's
kid.
love.
Obviously to the kid. Like
The kid. God, I'm sorry.
He's
Poetic
still
meaning.
freaked
He
out
said
by
it was
Marlon.
the boss.
Here's what's gonna happen though.
It could get real
Jack
poetic
been
if he
doing
says
this
something to
whole
me.
time.
He's been watching with popcorn.
He has to wait till his turn, so Jack's gonna have a turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. He's gonna run up, take a quick inventory. He'll try hitting you, Mike, because you're close.
The Lord.
Hits.
About
Please make me
time.
a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, so it would have been poetic if Facilier said it to me, so I haven't played that response once.
Oh no.
Wisdom. 14.
I don't like them taller than you sitting there.
Mike.
This feels awkward.
Boom.
Oh, thank
Ripping
goodness.
away from your body. DC 13. It's not terrible.
This feels awkward.
The shadow erupts out of you.
That feels normal.
You are now immune for the next 24 hours as the possession fades. Jack smacks you like... Actually, Jack should have been one more closer. Gets you
Welcome
free,
back, buddy.
which may or may not have helped
Are
save
you
your
still
life.
covered in glitter?
Yeah.
The shadows have
Glitter
their
shadow demon.
turn. Esmeralda, one shadow's attacking you.
Mm,
One shadow's
Why you
attacking
put it-
Phoebus. One shadow's attacking... can't attack you now, Mike. It's gonna have to attack Sparrow. And one is going to attack Barbosa. Esmeralda.
Dukes.
Can I put up reactionary shield?
Yes, you can. Boom! Arcane Shield blocks the shadow. Jack's getting hit. I'll deal that damage. Barbosa, that hits you as well.
How much?
Another 12. Barbosa, you also shoot. Your strength score is 2. All of you watch Barbosa falls to his knees as
Bone and like a tiny bit of muscle
any
there.
flesh or muscle is practically gone as you are on the ground. I will let you know if you lose those 2 hit points, you die.
2 strength.
You have 2 strength
Why
left.
can't it heal that?
That's not healable, as you are just dead. Almost dead
You
on the
need
ground.
a greater restoration for that, I think. Lesser or
Phoebus is going
have
to
greater.
do.
Curse.
I know 2 sources for them. One might be willing.
Facilier is about to do something on his turn.
They're definitely not.
Phoebus is
Well,
going to.
I'm close by Facilier. Is even able to do that.
No, so Phoebus is doing something to Facilier.
Oh.
So Phoebus doesn't have advantage, or won't have advantage on this. We'll use this
Come on,
guy.
baby. You can do it. I believe in you.
Okay, Facilier is gonna make that. Nick, you watch Phoebus look down, see you in the
Sees me.
glass,
Notice me, senpai.
reaches out, grabs his sword, reaches back to cut through. As Facilier tries to grab, breaks just in time. Phoebus has you.
Wow.
Which is good, because I was gonna do something. As Facilier looks around, he sees you all just another time. He
No.
pulls something out of his cloak,
Don't.
throws it at the ground, and you watch as he teleports away.
No, come on!
Could I
That-
do something? So, I'm going to. I used up all of my
Warlock spells.
not all of them, but
You are a blood hunter.
I do have silence. So
If it requires verbal components.
I'm going to try to cast silence, kind of freeze him in his tracks again by just being all big and intimidating.
Yeah, try to stop him.
Facilier!
Here's ooh, this is cool. Cause teleport just needs a verbal. So
This just shuts him down.
here's what we're gonna do. If you can for up to 10 minutes, if you can concentrate, you could stop him from leaving.
Okay.
Oh, this is cool. This is cool.
We'll love cool.
Hells yeah. Any creature object inside this. Oh my gosh.
Silence
It would
is
make it
OP.
impossible.
Hold on, I'm gonna look
I'm
at
trying to think how to do this. Because it's a check. You're trying to cast it out of turn, but like because he's doing this on his turn. I think we are going to make opposed magic checks basically. So it's your casting modifier with that proficiency against Facilier's because it's who can outcast. Like
Does he have disadvantage because he's terrified of me?
I'll give him to yes, no, that's fair. He is terrified. You're trying to do this against him. He has a great spellcasting modifier
He
though,
has that
still.
double spell, so
You
he
know,
has it.
he is a powerful warlock.
Would I have advantage too? Or
No, I think it's just the disadvantage of he's trying to again get away from something he's afraid of, and so it's hard to do
Run
something.
away.
So go
Alright.
ahead. I will roll first actually, so you know just what you have to
Okay.
beat. He has disadvantage.
Your pathetic dice.
That is a natural 1.
So
What is your modifier?
5.
5. You have to roll a 6 or higher. This is going to be our pure box of doom. You could stop Facilier from getting away, which is my goal.
Believe in the Marlin dice, people! The Marlin dice! The Marlin dice!
Marlin dice.
Oh my gosh. So, here we go.
This is silent.
Box of doom. You need a 6 or higher, and you will effectively stop him from leaving. He still is here, but he will not be able to do crap without his voice.
We have unfinished business! Nat 20! Yeah!
That is a natural 20.
The Marlin dice!
That's
MVP.
MVP.
MVP!
That's
MVP!
Here's what's gonna happen. I will narrate this. As Marlin, you see Facilier next time. Pulls this out. The smoke clears. You see Facilier standing there, sits up. I'll say because you could have centered it on him that just it's still silent. What do you say as he looks up and realizes he's there?
We have unfinished business, friend.
That's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for playing. We will see you all next time.
Woo!
Strap the whole